and two of them have ridiculous amounts of things on their desktop, and I can't stand it. Like, it makes my skin itch. I can't stand how it looks, and then everything is bright white.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My desktop needs to be
y'all.
dark. What at?
Yeah, that's just me talking about how some of my bosses be trying to blind me when I have to go and help them with things on the computer.
Oh, they've added some things.
And they don't know what dark theme is.
What is
They've added quite a few things, actually.
What is that? What's the crown mean? I'm looking at YouTube.
But yeah. I started seeing that crown thing pop up today.
What does that mean?
In Kiki's live. I think it just shows who is a big fan of the channel, something like that. I don't know exactly how to calculate that, but yeah. Jumping over to the chat. What go on, brethren? What go on? I see you out there, Daynard. Luke, what's going on, kid? What's going on? Hey, Maker, I saw you first in the door. Had RJ coming through. Reggie is probably going to join us.
When we talk about sinners.
25 XP.
I have 25 XP. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Apparently YouTube wants to track us in a different kind of way. I don't know. I guess we could just gonna have to see where this one goes. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay. I was just like, okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So Ironheart, bruh. I am. Oh, wait. And I'm pausing because I love that you got that, John. Yeah, I follow Stephen King's book club's channel. If you're a Stephen King fan and you want to hear a very unique way of going over his books, go check them out. They have been doing a spectacular job, especially their The Long Walk. That actually, I think that's about to be a TV show. They've been covering it very well. It's very
I thought it was going to be a movie.
Is it a movie? Not a show?
I thought it was a movie.
Okay. It might be. I may have heard wrong. Oh, you postponed? Okay. Depending on the time, I may have trivia on Friday. I'm not sure, but if I don't, I will absolutely come through. I mean, if you're not doing nothing right now, you want to come chill, Reggie, I can shoot you the link. Let me know, bro.
And Luke, I didn't know about the Funkos.
Since you postponed.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I stopped talking.
I should have known. Because as soon as you say Funkos, it don't even got to be 3 times. Once. Meeks is on.
Well, first of all, this pile here, I'm getting rid of. I'm selling this and have a pile downstairs I'm selling. So,
okay.
Only because
that's barely going to put a dent in there.
No. Like, they're all moved out. Like, I don't really care about those anymore. So, I'm just going to make room for stuff I do care about. And I didn't know that they had new House of the Dragon ones. I don't want Aemon on Vhagar, but Aegon is on Vhagar. Aemon is on Vhagar. No, Aemon is on Vhagar. I still don't want it. Okay. I'm going to get it, but I don't like it. And they got Sea Smoke. He's so cute, young baby.
Sea Smoke. That just brings up nostalgia, man, because everybody is, I love the internet sometimes. Everybody clocks Sea Smoke in his shade on all of his best petty, and I loved it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, get out of here.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, I totally missed that text, Reggie. My bad, bro. But yeah, let me send you this link so you could come through.
I see that. I keep looking at the Sir Crispy Pop, and I was like, if I do this, I have to get the whole set, and I don't want
Sir Crispits.
I don't want.
I don't think anyone. The only one that do is Allison. She can keep that. Do the realm a favor, ma'am. You owe us.
Trash. A double trash. Okay, wait. Real quick question on Ironheart.
Yes.
When does this take place? Like, where in the timeline does this take place? Because I know that right now it's not where it's supposed to be because they finished this a long time ago. So I'm not sure where they were supposed to have had this.
Yeah, I want to say this is so maybe not directly after Wakanda Forever, but within that time frame. What was the other one that just came out?
Thunderbolts?
Captain America. I think it's in between those two situations. You know what? That's a project I should give myself. make a full timeline. Actually, me and Tanya were supposed to been doing a recap of the whole of Marvel for a while now. May just make it that. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. Check your messages, RJ.
Because I was just trying to see like when this took place and what's going on in the world.
Krispy Kreme.
That's right.
And they got Vermax. I might check that out.
They're cute. They're cute.
Word.
Sea Smoke is adorable.
All right. He is. I heart him. So, just off the cuff, before we really go in, let's give RJ a little bit of time to get set up and come through. What are your initial thoughts for this opening, this 3-episode opening that we got?
I love it. Here's the thing. At first, I was like, I don't understand why they're releasing 3 episodes when it's only supposed to be 6 episodes. Like, this is stupid. I don't like it. This is dumb.
They could have done after, yeah.
No. But then after watching the first 3 episodes, I understand why. Because the first one, if they just released it by itself, people were going to slam the series. It's going to be too slow. It's going to be too this, too that. And the stuff didn't really pick up until the 2nd episode of what was going on, what the crux of her issue is, what she's doing. And it made sense.
Come on with that, Denard.
To listen. Hilarious.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish up.
And they made it made sense as to the 3-episode drop. So after I did all that, and I was like, okay, I get it. I enjoy it. The show is black as hell. It's a lot of stuff it's a lot of black humor that I was chuckling at, and I realized other black reactors are chuckling at, but the white ones didn't really catch the joke.
They don't get it. Yes,
it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's not for you, but I really enjoyed it. I like the characters. I like the story that they're putting together. I'm curious as to where we're going. For the first 3 episodes, and I'm like, okay, I see what you did there. You did your big one. Because
they left us with a banger of a cliffhanger to see where this story is going to go next. So yeah, and yes, again, Shea Coulee, bruh, look, I can't tell y'all how happy it makes me when I see my faves fresh off the runway coming up on these shows.
It took me forever to figure out where they came from. I was like, I know this person. I've seen this person. Race? No, I didn't watch Drag Race. I was like, I've seen this person, and they were up there. They were saying something, and it was just like, and I remember she was in Iggy Azalea's video. Yep. The one based off of the song as a kid, Little Sally Walker.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I saw her. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I was like, it took me forever. I was like, I just remember going.
Right, and just everything that they gave Shay to do, bruh, just handled so gracefully, effortlessly. Like him, who was it? Jinx was on Doctor Who for a while, playing a fantastic villain. Oof, fantastic villain. And there's a few more on Lovecraft Country when they had Shangela and was it Monet Exchange? I think it was Monet and
Girl, that was 5 years ago.
It was a while ago.
To remember.
But yeah, I love it. And it's refreshing to see. And I appreciate that. Let's see. Say the drag scene is getting them. Yes, they and you are correct. Overdue. Highly overdue.
Hilarious.
So let's see. We start off, which it seems like she's in trouble. Not just yet in trouble, but she's out here with the hustle, and I understand.
However, you're in MIT.
MIT.
Sit down and shut up.
The fucking rap sheet that you have, Riri. And again, let's put the disclaimer out there. Just because we are actually speaking all these things, don't mean we don't love her.
Quick look as how old is she supposed to be? So she went to MIT when she was 15, right? I assume she's 19.
Yeah, I'm thinking they said 19 or 20.
Because they said that she's been here for 4 years and she hasn't really moved beyond anything yet because she's still working on the suit. So she's trying to extend her time. So I'm assuming she's 19 to 20. I'm going to say 20 because I think that from
how I interpret it, just from how the lady, the dean, was talking about it, I think they had already given her an extension. So now you're here and you want another one. She's just saying, can you please just get me in for just one more year? And one more year, but you're here not doing nothing, bro. And that the woman wants to support her. You could see, yes, we know that you could get bored because you're a genius. That's why we have picked specific staff to come in and teach you, to make it so you can succeed, so you're not feeling bored or like you're being held back or having to make yourself small, as you say. And Teach called her on that. No, that this is some bullshit that you're talking right now, and you know that. Where's your direction? You know what's going on, RJ? It's been a while, bruv. How you been?
It's been probably over a year. How you been? Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yes, indeed. I think it has been.
Yeah.
She saw that. Hello and welcome.
Exactly.
Was good.
Yeah. Her skill and her drive set far exceed her fun. She's trying to do too much at the same time. She could have just went through school and gotten another, like, a fellowship and did graduate study to extend her stuff, but she didn't think about that. She wanted to do what she wanted to do at the time right now, which is a young kid mindset. So I'm not mad at that. It is
a young kid mindset, and there's
like,
few times, there's a few things that come up to where she can't get out of her own way, I think, and that's what's tripping her up.
Squandered MIT, squandered the opportunity, and now you can sit back home.
Are we talking about her having to leave MIT because she didn't do what she's supposed to do? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Not only she didn't do what she's supposed to do, she was
not
doing
only
extra.
That, but her hustle included a hell of a lot of plagiarism.
Yeah.
Not even just at MIT. Literally, she did like the Brunswick Express, everything up there. What's up there? Princeton. What else did they say? Yale, I think, was on the list. Like, bro, all of the fucking Ivy League schools, you are plagiarizing this shit
too much.
And guaranteed, she's not the only one that got kicked out. Every last person that got a paper from her, I guarantee you, they were all expelled also. So that's how many lives ruined. Because including your own. Your own. As smart as you are, you couldn't think up a better hustle than this.
The spirit.
I love you, boo, but I love you, but I got smoke for you on that, man.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Like, you just went down to Wakanda and lost your damn mind, bro. Come on now. You know how this world works.
Listen, she got a little taste of freedom and started wilding out.
Went wild, bro. Like, and you can't see how any of this is truly affecting you. And honestly, it may sound like a cop-out, but I'm putting it a lot to her internalized PTSD, because she very much has not dealt with those things and all of this stuff that she's been through.
She's trying to, like,
it always boils down to just this one bit of trauma. And and you know, us as humans, we might not want to think about shit, but our brain does not always listen to us, and it will projectile, keep you in a loop, because you need to learn how to deal with that. Yeah. And that's kind of what it boils down to.
And then her taking the suit, like, I'm taking my suit. And I was like, okay. And then I saw that it had the AI from the school. And I was like, girl, it made you enter your school ID.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why the hell are you still trying to connect to the school network that you just got expelled from? You thought they was just going to let you stay on there?
It was wild, because it's like, as smart as you are, you didn't think that through. Like, you didn't think they would shut you off.
That part.
The moment I would have left, I would have gotten as far as I can for like 20 minutes. I'm like, me, time to get down on the ground.
Yep.
That's how walking with the suit.
No, you're right. Then she has to be flying high in the air, knowing they could cut that suit off at any time.
Like, come on.
Here's the thing. Why are you doing this and you don't have manual control? You have to give the command to put it on what the hell is it called? Cruise control. You gave that command. You didn't think that maybe you should also just like keep a little bit tighter leash on that so you can go where you want to go. Like, what if it would have went haywire and just dropped you in the ocean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of waterways in Chicago. You could have drowned. That would have been the end of your story right there.
You could have been a little smarter and taken it and left, and then landed immediately and been like, let me just
call an Uber.
Yeah. Not even Uber. Let me just go ahead and fix this right now. Get this out of my system. Get this the fuck out of here. Get this the fuck out of here. Exactly. Like, we get this the fuck out of here, then I can go home. Girl, no. And that's why you crash landed the way you did. And you rolled in the street. And they was like, damn, bitch.
literally crashed right back to the hood. And
They was like, I got some peroxide.
Here's and this is why we said at the beginning, yes, that this show is black as fuck, and I love it because immediately when she hits the ground, everybody's looking at her a bit. I mean, I'm trying to bike over here, bitch. Get the fuck out the road.
Exactly.
What that? Hey, girl, you good?
I love
you
it.
Sure?
Yeah.
And then little hustler comes around the corner, like, yo, I know you need somebody to carry that for you, right?
Listen,
and yes,
that's how you make money.
Boy is like 8 years old, and he got his eyes open on the block, ready and set. That's an opportunity right there, and he didn't let that opportunity pass him by. I appreciate that.
That's a hardworking man right there.
Exactly.
Already clicked into the game, and it's probably some summer vacation for him. So he outside probably his parents' corner store, like, hey, why you about to go in there? I got a little something right here for you. So maybe you don't even have to go in there. What you got? I got you. Let's make a deal.
That's the money man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's look, kid showing ingenuity. All right. He already understands. No, look, my parents ain't gonna be out here having to take care of me all the time. So I'm gonna just go ahead and step up right now. I got free time. I ain't doing shit. Yeah, I already done seen all them episodes of Dragon Ball. Let me go out here and get this honest money. And mind you, again, he's not doing nothing illegal. Baby boy is keeping it honest 100% all the way.
Take notes, Riri.
Even he has to school her, right? Even he has to school her. Bro, look,
you
look busted as fuck.
You are too intelligent to be out here playing games with your education. Like, I just can't. I'm so mad at that.
I'm saying.
There are so many things you could be doing. You could have been actually tutoring people for real. You could have been tutoring people for the cash. Like,
do you know how many parents would give her like all of the checks to help tutor their kids instead of doing that homework for them? Why didn't you just hit up mommy and daddy? To get them funds?
No, as someone. No, some people are stupid. Some people you can't tutor.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
You can be
fair enough.
Fast money and let's get out.
Run me my check.
That's how she got caught, because then people were too stupid to be turning in them papers that they were turning in.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's.
But wait a minute. You know what I just noticed? There's a parallel. How she ended up getting in trouble for doing work, and she got old boy in trouble for having that damn the skin.
Yep.
So now she's
and that's episode 3.
Yeah,
that's
we're gonna get to that.
This episode 4. So we're only doing 1 to 3.
Okay. Yes. Technically, the payoff for that is going to be in episode 4.
Because she played too much.
What would she say? At least she didn't start an OnlyFans.
Listen, I wouldn't have minded that.
I mean,
you can OnlyFans some feet.
But see, like, that's what I was about. That's exactly what I was about to say. The kinks that are out there in the world and people today. She probably didn't even have to show her toes. Okay, she didn't have to pull Allison for this one. She could have just been
and turn that.
She could have just been
be like, hold on.
All she had to do was put a computer together. Like, do you know how sexy some people see machinery? The inner workings. Get a manicure, get your nails done, and have the camera right there with you putting some cool shit together. Like, you think that's not gonna make money? I guarantee you it will.
That's hilarious. But
she's not Allison. Absolutely not. She's not
giving the feats for like nothing. Giving the feats for loyalty's sake. Girl.
Fucking Allison. No wonder all your kids are trash. All your kids are trash except one.
I can't. And even then, we're taking it back to Ruby getting home. How you gonna try to sneak in the house,
bruh? Like your mama not gonna hear you.
Well, there's one door. Question you for being home randomly when you're supposed to be at college. MIT at that.
Like, and then you want to. She wasn't gonna fly. You want to try to be sarcastic? Why are you being sarcastic when you got kicked out of school?
Like, what was the plan? Like, what were you gonna tell her? Like,
right. You thought she just wouldn't know? Did you? First of all, this is Chicago. Okay,
it's not summer break.
Chicago. Second of all, this is a black mom. Do you really think just because you in another city, someplace else, that she don't got eyes on you?
Somebody knows something.
Yeah.
and like she said, no, all I had to do was pay the janitor, because janitors 9 times out of 10 they from the block too. So yeah.
Girl,
That's a little side income for him. So
what was the plan?
What was the plan? You thought she was just gonna sneak in there, and then all of a sudden you're in your room and she's not gonna say nothing about that?
Yeah.
And she starts asking immediately, as she should have. Any good parent would have done that. Like, bitch, what you doing home? You ain't supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. All roads always lead back to Thrones. Don't judge us.
And then my next question would be like, what are you finna do?
Exactly. What
you're definitely not about to sit here and
also kick it. I want to give a special shout out. And I feel like Daynard, you probably have experienced this because you're in a West Indian household growing up too. But the auntie that came out with the smudge already, because she just looked right at Riri and was like, well, let's just spread all this good aura. Let me suck up this bad juju that you done came in here with your bad attitude, so it don't harsh or mellow.
And you're kicked out of
here
school
having a good time.
Like that leaves a stain. That leaves a stain. Okay. But like, it's also Cree.
So, auntie wasn't playing that.
It's so good. It's so good that it's her. It's so good that it's Cree. I was I was hollering.
How did I not notice that? Oh my God.
I was hollering when I saw her.
Oh my God. Oh, sacrilege. I will take 50 points from Gryffindor for that for myself.
Cree! And it's damn because
her voice.
I know. I said 100. Damn.
Yeah, like come on.
Like there's a lot of people. They're like,
I know.
So look, like I think I know her. Yes, you do know her. If you pull it all the way back, you know her from a different world. Like pull it.
I was gonna say, yeah. For the and that was the first time that I think all of us saw her was on a different world. And if you don't know who we're talking about, y'all, we're talking about
legendary
my favorite character that I've seen that I've had her voice is number 5 from The Kids Next Door.
She's been just everywhere,
and she literally has been everywhere. You may
Wasn't
not
she
recognize
Angelica?
her name,
not Angelica.
But you know that voice. Yes.
She was
Susie.
She was Susie.
Yep. Literally in the 90s, any popular Black cartoon character, well, not any, but a lot of them were voiced by Cree.
Yeah.
That's how, and she's literally a legend in the game. And yeah, I heart her. I stan her. And yeah, I'm always glad to see when she pops up.
Makes me so happy. I love her so much. I was so excited.
I haven't caught Abbott Elementary yet, and I know everybody says it's a great show.
What?
I just haven't had the time. I haven't had the time to check it in, man.
I haven't watched.
I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy,
to sit down, but these clips be having me dead. I just don't have time, and I'm trying to save it for reaction purposes.
I forgot. I have to remember. I'm on your show because you know how I do that bit where I remove the camera when somebody says something crazy. I was about to move you. I was going to take the camera off, and I realized that I was saying, "Oh no, this is not my show." You're lucky.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry.
What?
Oh boy, yeah, but Riri. Again, we love you. Okay, don't just because we giving the smoke because we love her. Okay, and y'all know over here we do not cover up anybody's faults. Okay, we can love you to death most of the time, and we're still gonna get, if you're on some bullshit, we're gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Riri, you have some things that you need to discuss.
And she was like, and I'm not gonna
Desiree Geraldine, hello.
She was like, where's my friend? Not today. He came in right on time. Xavier was like, hey, Black people. And I was laughing.
She ran up out of there.
Because I was watching other people's reactions. And they was like, why would you walk into a room and say that? Because that's what we say.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
It's either what's up, niggas, or black thugs, or black people. Something to that effect.
It's culture.
Something to that effect.
Don't get that.
It's exactly, and a lot of reactors out here that don't have that experience don't understand why that was a thing. And I'm very sure there's at least 10 of them talking about how woke the show is because he said that.
I know they were foaming at the mouth at certain parts.
They couldn't wait.
They
could not wait to come with the hate.
Yeah, but that what's up, Black people had me dying. I was like, absolutely, because when you come into a house, what do? Speak. To who?
Speak.
Everyone.
Ever is there. Yep. Everybody. And heaven forbid you don't do that. I guarantee you your grandma or one of your aunties is going to come around the corner quick, fast with that.
No, we don't hit nobody. We tell you need to go back outside and try it again.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, what West Indians hit people. Yeah.
No, we need to go back outside.
We don't get to try again.
You don't want to speak. You don't get to come in the house. You get to go on. When you didn't want to come back in and speak, you can come back in and speak, but
I don't even know what that's like. I'm jealous.
Go. Because most people be like, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Exactly. Like, don't do that.
What happens is somebody say, you ain't see me sitting here? And that's when you're like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you gotta.
Look, see, they aren't exactly. Yeah, we had to do it over, but we there was always with the caveat of something is going to hurt or throb for at least a couple minutes when you do that.
Unless it's purposeful disrespect. When you know you beefing with somebody and they in there, you say hi to everybody except for them. I mean, I can't be mad.
There's petty if there's petty involved, then again, this is how.
Listen, I've done that so many times. I walk right into the house and be like,
if there's petty involved, you get a pass.
Like you didn't walk in and didn't speak to me because I don't like your bitch ass.
Yeah. You don't got no respect for me. No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
What you finna do?
Say something.
That's what I thought.
Mother of the realm. Hello, Mother Realm. Welcome.
That's exactly what I assumed.
So after she runs out the door, and also homie's name is Roger.
No,
that's isn't it? Who is Roger?
Roger is from Sister Sister. She told him to go home, Roger, like being like facetious, like go home, Roger. But his name is Xavier.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't hear that. I heard her say go home, Roger, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Another cultural reference.
Yeah. I watched one white guy explain this to another white guy, and it was so funny. She was like, oh, go home, Roger. He was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And his friend was sitting there like, what does that mean?
Well, what do you mean?
Like, what does that mean? And he was like, oh, you ever watch Sister Sister? No. He
clearly has never been invited to the cookout.
He's like, have you watched Twitches? Oh yeah, but you never watched Sister Sister? No.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You can't watch one without the others. Almost like they can.
That don't even compute in my brain. It's like PEMDAS. You have to do the orders of operation in the order it's supposed to be in. What do you mean?
But I was like, okay,
another Black show reference. Yes,
come on.
And they were dropping dimes on these 3 episodes, and I adore that. I love it. I love how unapology.
It's Black.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Unapologetic.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. That it was a long day at work. Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, I slept. I came home and immediately took a nap. I'm recovering from.
I wish I could have.
I'm a nap, bitch. I'm a nap. You hear me? At work, I'm a nap. At home, I'm a nap.
So we get here and we switch over to a crew that's getting ready to pull a heist job, and they look like an interesting, eclectic group, which I liked. And we had what's homie's name? I can never remember his name.
Anthony
Don't
Ramos?
ask.
The
Hamilton
dude that they had to replace.
Oh, his name. Well, his name in the show is Stu.
Yeah, in the show is Stu.
Age.
Yeah, and you're going through, and Stu is not on his game at all. Shit is fucking up left and right. Alarms start going off when the power was already supposed to have been cut. There are people guarding this place, and y'all was supposed to be able to just sneak in the side door, grab what you need, and sneak right the fuck back out unawares. But Stu, at this point, has messed up like 3 different parts of that equation. And now the alarms are blaring, and everyone is trying to hurry up and scramble. Luckily, they have a lot of muscle on this team. And they were able to handle it and pull it off. But Stu, his job is now in jeopardy, and we end up
hold on, just to let you guys know, the character John, I refer to him as Hey Mama. So if you hear me say Hey Mama, that's who I'm referring to.
I called him the recruiter,
but he's Hey Mama because of was it Good Girls or something?
Oh god,
yeah. When he was rolling up on.
I've never seen that.
He was like, hey, mama.
Yeah, he was like, hey, mama. He didn't do it again. Say it again. So that's why I call him Hey Mama. Oh, just in case you get confused.
Yeah, John, I am sure you're not the only person that watched Sister Sister just for Jack K. Okay, Jack K was still a whole ass vibe from 227 all the way up to that. And even now, she's still a whole ass vibe.
She's hilarious.
I think the last thing I saw her in was Pose.
She ain't got no sense. Bless her.
Chantal, what's going on,
Hey.
Yeah, and Stu was nervous.
You're right, Luke.
He was very nervous and paranoid.
Well, he should have been because he had fucking up. How you gonna fuck up 3 times on the same job?
Yeah.
Your whole entire job is stand there and make sure stuff stays disconnected, and it kept reconnecting.
You know the type of people you're dealing with too. You know they about to get you. Like you know it's a wrap.
Yep. You should have known. Like you literally should have put yourself in witness protection. Stu. Come on, man. And you want to?
Fired me.
Yeah.
I don't like this is too advanced for me. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not
here want to cry. Like,
I'm gonna see myself out.
Safely
see myself out.
Stage left, please, and thank you.
Absolutely.
But Hood is talking to his cousin, the recruiter, and we might have to get rid of him. Like, okay, you know what? We do need somebody, but keep him until we actually have the replacement. And who's going to be the replacement? Well, there just so happens to be an expelled student fresh out of MIT with the damn Iron Man suit that just flew over the river.
He was like, "Oh, okay, I'll check this out. Excuse me, I'll be right back."
And you know what? Then and there,
I'll be right back.
Immediately start stalking her. Because as soon as her and Xavier left, homie was right there across the street. Like, okay. And then I think she went. What was it? The corner store she went to. And I think she was trying to get something on like not on discount, but like for those of y'all that don't know what that is.
Yeah. I think she's trying to she was broke.
But yeah, she was broke and she already had a tab open that had not been paid yet.
That's the worst.
So
part.
The big boss was like, "Nah, bro, we need to clear that on the books, and then maybe after that you could extend her another line of credit." And that's the thing that happens all the time in the hood. I still get the hookup at one of the old corner stores in my old neighborhood because of that.
And here he come.
And here he came in right on time. Like, hey, we was just wondering, like,
can you split big bills?
Big bills. Here you go.
Yeah, like big fat bills.
Yeah. Go ahead, get that cash. See, first of all, you immediately make yourself sus if you just come out the woodwork like that and you got that type of cash. Honestly, if I was Riri, I would have just looked at him and walked away because everything about you is sus though, bruh.
I would take a generosity. Thank you so very much, but no. I'm gonna take your money. Thank you so much for paying this.
I probably would have entertained it. What you got? What we doing?
Think so?
Yeah,
listen, I'd be like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for paying." No, thank you. I'm not.
I think my immediate question would have been, "What's the catch?" Because nothing is free.
Wouldn't have cared. I'd have did it.
Nothing is free. But you don't know what we I gotta know what the currency is first. Hear my boy out.
Immediately. Money on the table.
Say, in the comics, which works with Punisher, so I don't think he's actually dead. See, I was thinking that, but I don't know. But we'll talk about that when we get to that scene.
You see my face? I'm thinking really hard about. RJ, you finished the series, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So and then
we after.
The thing that could lead to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
I love those conversations.
Black telepathy, everybody.
Talking without talking.
Listen,
That's the way it's done.
Absolutely. But I don't do anything shady or shiesty. I don't like it. If you're not giving me, I need you to present your plan to me. Like you got to do a pitch.
Exactly.
It has to have all the information I need for me to say thank you. I will
No, you got to.
Other than that, I'm thank you for paying.
Like I need to know exactly what is on the line. Okay, Capricorns are very much about our business, and we need to know all of the fine details. We read the fine print.
I do get into shenanigans. That's the thing. I hear the plan, and then the shenanigans are cool. You know what I mean? And then the shenanigans happen.
Better when you don't know they're coming. You can end up in jail, or you can end up dead. It's like, whoa,
that's why I need the information.
I don't
right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need the information because if the road leads to shenanigans,
like you like your life.
Like, what the fuck do you mean you want to survive? What?
Jump, do a flip, like come on. You live on the edge,
I'm like,
people.
How dare you want to live after this job is done? What's wrong with you? Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Come on, listen. Somebody say either way, RJ is leaving you there to die. Listen.
Girl, no. Girl already know. Listen. If it's
That is a fact.
Situation, don't trust me.
That is a fact.
Don't trust me.
Look, see, and Reggie, we've had this conversation because most times, like, whenever any type of like superpowers or stuff come into our comic conversations, I do not have any qualms about who I might end up being.
Yeah.
And who I might end up being is very dark in the gray area if I need to be. So I get it. I do get it.
Somebody got to live to tell a story, and I'm a great storyteller. So therefore,
I'll be that one. I have it on good authority that I could spin a good tale.
What? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? Huh?
Cree was in Fallout 1 and 2 doing voices for the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I did know. I did know that one.
Yeah. I did not know that. Look I just played through those games.
When we did a Black History special on, and we brought up her, we went over all of her voice acting roles. That woman,
she's literally been everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
her resume is stacked.
Yeah.
Wow, that's why it sounded so familiar. Get out of here. Go home. You're drunk.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool.
Oh man,
so freaking cool. Wow.
But yeah, so after all of this goes down, she's on the fence, but you know what? All right, dude, I'm gonna come check you out.
I get money. I get paid.
What
right?
actually ends up happening is this ends up being your audition. You're not checking them out. No, they're interviewing you, and they put her in this breakout or die situation. And of course, it's Riri. She's literally a walking Black MacGyver. Yeah. She's gonna do that shit, and she did. And that's when they slid over the dossier. Like, here's the offer.
Low key,
I'm a toddler.
I fuck with it. Low key, like I feel like I could do an escape room with her. I have a perfect record. I don't want to ruin it. I feel like I could do an escape room with her because you saw she just MacGyvered her way out of that. No hesitation. Yep. Boom. Blew them.
She was like, I know y'all not messing with me. She was like, I didn't come here for this shit. Yeah. It was aggravation when she got out of there. She was like, really?
I feel it, and I think the thing that motivated her to do that is, oh no, you motherfuckers is on some bullshit. That that Chi-Town came out like, let me get out of here so I can cuss you the fuck out. Get the hell out of here.
Like, I'm tired. Like I came here for a job and some money, and you over here pulling bull.
And this was a whole ass stunt, bro.
I'd just be mad.
Nah, you could have sent me an email.
Yeah.
Like, you know my resume. Why you gotta check my credentials?
Man.
I have a suit. What do you mean? I did this.
Look at the corner store. There were newspaper articles that the dude had framed of her since she was like 11, bruh.
Like, get your face out of my face.
You already know that she has the skills. What was this test even for?
Get your face out of my face. It was
kind of dumb, but I guess. Anyway, she passes the vibe test, and they start going in. And when she gets the info, she's like, "Yeah, you know what? That's really not my stilo. I don't think I'm gonna do that." But Hood, I feel like he like if you play Dungeons and Dragons, he rolled the dice and got like a +6 charisma.
With charisma, yeah,
with the Riz, and he's able to talk her into it.
Yeah.
But so she also didn't have that suit available. That's the problem. They was like, "Yeah, we're gonna need you and that suit." She was like,
"And the suit." Right. But there's another Easter egg here that I caught, and I was telling Meeks before we came on that I didn't think it was intentional, but rethinking it now, it may have been.
It's Ryan Coogler, so it's definitely intentional.
It's Ryan Coogler, and the way Hood talks is, we hear that same thing that Riri was saying in when the dean was talking to her, that you all these people that are part of the 1%, they want you to make yourself small and blah blah blah. And the make yourself small is what stood out to me, because if you remember Lovecraft Country, that was a thing that Our Lady, also another baby genius, Lady Hippolyta, said that she used to have to make herself small, and she didn't realize that she was giving people that power over her until we got the Beyonce time stream adventure that she had to go on to get back to her inner self.
Yeah.
And another, it's a double shot with that, because the song that they start playing over the ending scenes for this episode is Sinnerman. And in Lovecraft Country, there is an episode that also ended with Sinnerman. So it's another one of those in Easter eggs that I thought was just really cool to tie in, because Lovecraft was also a Black as Fuck show. It's great. If you never watched it, go correct that mistake right now and go watch it
immediately. So now that Riri has the to go, she was like, okay, so now you need my suit. Now let me just go home and I got to do things. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying?
Did she tell him that she had the suit? She didn't tell him that the suit was messed up, right?
No, she didn't. She just said, oh yeah, I got it.
It'll
be ready. She said, it'll be ready.
Yep. And
I'll be there. I'm almost there. I'm around the corner.
And wasn't.
Yep.
Like I'm in the house.
And was not even a little bit. But after that meeting though, she goes home and we get into the fight. Wait, did she go home or did she go to the garage? I don't remember. But
she went to the garage with Xavier, but it was just a little bit. But after that scene, she went home. Yeah,
she went home and she started working on the computer,
talking to her mom. And
not the computer, but yeah.
And her mom was like, "Listen, we gotta be able to talk about the things that happened in the past." And she was like, "Nah, no." And then she continued to work on what she was doing.
And we saw the flashback of what happened and what has her in this manic PTSD state that she's been making herself not deal with, which is really screwing things up more and more as the episode goes on. And I get it. I totally understand. That is a crazy situation for anyone to have to deal with. And she was in high school when that happened, and Gary, her stepdad, had just enough time to where they heard the yelling and stuff from the front of the spot to push her down behind the car. And I think he was going to try to hurry up and get her bestie out too.
Yeah.
But that's when they busted in and both him and Natalie got dropped.
Yeah, that's when them shots sprayed. Yep.
I said,
you can't be saving everybody. Wouldn't be me. It'd be a whole different story.
Listen, we say get down. The correct response is get down.
Not your daughter,
no.
Not even if it was your daughter.
Listen, somebody's got to tell a story. I'm a good story.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He got his daughter down, but I'm just like, ma'am, if you hear that, like you live in Chicago, man, where's your survival instincts?
Yeah.
The moment I hear pop, 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 I'm going on the ground. She was like, girl, what?
That is exactly what is in my notes for that scene. Like, but you heard pop, 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 and you didn't immediately hit the deck and get behind something.
She got up.
She stood up like, girl, where?
Are you new here?
Now look, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, okay? So also, shout out for where people are from. Like, y'all know I'm from Brooklyn, but y'all know I came from another country and I did get my citizenship officially on the books a couple weeks ago. So yay. Right. But in Brooklyn, if we are out somewhere and we happen to hear the pop, 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 we immediately duck for cover.
Yeah.
Why were you trying to investigate to see where it was coming from? It doesn't matter where it was coming from.
It was almost borderline white people behavior because, like, I was expecting her to. What's that?
I was expecting her to hit the ground.
Like,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that. Literally, and I know that sometimes a lot of people be jumping in my comments or will get into my DMs after we talk about stuff, saying like that stuff doesn't happen like that. Blah blah blah.
No, it does.
No. Okay. Real world example of that. One of my cousins. She's married to a white dude. Cool ass dude. We've known him since he was teenagers. Our families are tight. And there was a fight happening at her sister's house. My other cousin. Whole crowd of people outside. The minute a gun came out, that's when they scattered. Fight over. I don't need to see the rest of that shit at all. Homie came out the door, literally with a smile on his face, like, "Oh, bro, what's going on?" Was about to walk across the street. I had to grab this man by the back of his fucking shirt and say, "If you don't get your fucking ass in the house, what the
I would have let him experience that. Sometimes you gotta learn stuff firsthand. Like you gotta understand if you're not doing what everybody else is doing, sir, you're the problem.
Yeah.
Like if everybody is running and you're like, what's going on? If you're not asking me what's going on while you're running next to me, I'm not answering you. Exactly. Like I'm not stop.
Black elite, there's no reason to investigate that.
When you see us run, you run.
You run.
If we're ducking, duck. If we're silent, be silent. If we hear a noise, I don't go, oh my gosh, what's that noise? I go,
I feel like I would have felt better about their deaths if they would have written them in a different way. But like it just was stupid. Like get down.
It seemed from everything that I'm getting about Gary, the way Riri talks about him, the way her mom talks about him, he was a stand-up dude, and he was from the block,
and everybody knew him.
How the hell? Right, and everybody knew him and loved him, at least. Well, most people did. I think this was like a robbery gone wrong, and that's why he died.
No, this was like a drive-by. They were somewhere else shooting.
Yeah, that's right. And there just happened to be ricochets. But again, Gary, sir, why didn't you just hit the deck? You shouldn't have even had to go to either one of those girls. You should have just yelled, "Get down," and everybody would have known to get down. Or I feel like y'all should have known
to get down.
At that point, yeah.
Exactly, Adamantium.
Riri was already ducking. Like once the pew happened, she was already ducking. Like what the hell's happening? And he pushed her down even further. But Natalie got up and was like, "Where are the shots coming?"
Hello. Over here.
Is somebody there?
Like, girl, where's the shooting? But I mean, I get that. I understand her frustration. I get her trying to live in the thing that she's doing. Like, I gotta do what I need to do. I gotta build a suit. I get it. And so she has to build this AI, right? Because her suit is repaired. Like she fixed all the pieces with the spare parts that she got from the junkyard shop. But now she says she got to work on this goddamn AI since the school little Microsoft pencil paperclip combination they made was for the school. She had to do a new AI. So why? Here's my thing. I know you have to do this. I get it. And you got to do it for the job that you got to do tomorrow that you signed yourself up for, right? I get that. But she went to sleep with these things on her head. It said 4 hours, and she was like, "I'm just gonna,
buddy,
girl, I'm not sleeping with that on."
Connected to her temples.
I'm not doing that.
And then you wonder why this AI program came out with memories that it should not have.
Of your friend.
And the one thing that I will say about this is I understand why they changed it, because it does give a deeper connection with Riri and her situation and her dealing with the loss of her friend a few years ago. But for the comic reference, the AI that she got was actually Tony.
I'm glad they didn't do that, because I don't want to hear anybody else bring up Tony. Because they would be like, look at Tony shouldn't be shut the fuck up. Because
in the comics, at this point in time in the comics, he had died.
Exactly.
But then he got this AI was I don't remember how she got it, but that was her AI, and her suit was an AI Tony. And then somehow, some way, he was able to come back to life. So I'm thinking,
please don't.
If we get a season 2, that may be one of the things we see.
I don't want them to bring this man back.
Sentient and kind of like into a vision.
I'm fine. I'm fine, because bringing back Tony with just the dude bros or dude broing, and they're already like, I don't think
bring in
watch the show. Like, we're good.
I'd rather they just shut up. Like, it don't make no sense. If I don't like the show, I'm not gonna watch it.
Look, I don't even like that there's this Elseworlds multiverse version of Doctor Doom that looks like Tony right now. I just
want them to be better. But I'm just like,
lazy.
Okay. So now she got her dead friend, or AI in the form of her dead friend.
Her AR dead friend.
And I love this actress because she was on This Is Us. I'm like, I didn't watch This Is Us because I love myself. I heard it was good. I'm never going to watch This Is Us.
But I heard it was good, but I heard it made people cry a lot. And I was like, I'm not up for that.
I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay. You're not going to catch me out here in these streets slobbering.
It used her REM sleep synapses. That's where I think all of those memories came from too. Yeah. Which, again, Riri, as smart as you are, you should have known that was going to happen.
Or even if she didn't know it was going to happen.
How did you not plan?
She figured it out.
And why it happened. Like, she woke up and was like, what happened? Like,
girl, you was dreaming about your friend and your dad and your stepdad, and the situation had happened, and you miss her and all this stuff. And that's why she in front of you, like, bitch, what you mean? Now,
your PTSD is now her PTSD.
I would have flipped out.
I'm saying her because that is a sentient being right now.
But I would be elated that my friend is back. I'm sorry. I would have flipped out for a second, like, oh my god, girl. Remember that one time we were in high school and we were going to these classes?
I would have taken that. I don't think I would have taken that poorly. I would have been excited. Like,
exactly.
I guess I'm kind of confused as to why she felt the way she felt, because I would low key be I'd be hyped.
My friend is back. Remember one time in high school we did this thing and we were going outside and we saw this girl fall up the steps and we was dying. Like, bitch, yeah, I remember. That's my friend.
Yeah,
winner.
Like, I don't remember what the dude's name is on Instagram, but I'm sure y'all have seen that. I believe it's a Latin dude that he dresses up as like two different girls, and there's always some fuck shit shenanigans that they are doing, and then at the end of the shenanigan, they start playing that song on, you know, that's my best friend, and then blah blah blah.
I haven't seen them.
That guy, he hasn't done shit in a minute, but that's what all of this reminded me of.
As it should.
As it should. Yeah, exactly.
I was very, very excited. I was very happy.
Yeah, I'm a little upset with Riri because of how she's taken that, because she sees it as like not a possibility. Bitch,
Girl.
You were just in Wakanda a couple months ago.
It's possible.
But you know what's wild? Like, when you factor in these fantasy sci-fi worlds or even supernatural, it's always that one character that thinks like shit is impossible. Like, it's literally vampires. You don't think that werewolves could exist when you're a vampire? It's always weird to me. Like, I never got it.
I'm sorry. You know about Skrulls,
bruh.
So listen,
yeah, like
you know what again, all roads lead back to Thrones. Like, Danny, bitch, you want dragons, but you have a problem thinking that there's ice zombies coming from north of the wall.
You wouldn't even have to convince me. I'd have been like, let's go see. Let's go. Let's see the dragon hot work on them. Like, show me where they at. Point me out. Put them on the map.
Like,
seriously,
superheroes and gods, but this stuff is like, it's impossible. Like, what? Like,
but it's impossible.
Doctor
for
Strange
magic.
Doctor Strange is right there. Like, you know, Doctor Strange, right? Okay.
The whole incident of everything happening was totally in the news. You know who Doctor Strange is. You know the shit that he does. The Sanctum Sanctorum is right there, plain as day. And granted, yes, I know that's in New York and she's in Chicago, but you know damn well you were keeping up with all this shit. You know all these things.
You were in the listen. They had to come get you, ma'am. You know. Shut up. You know. I don't want to hear. You know.
Princess of Wakanda came to get you.
Man, you had an underwater native Mexican man coming after you. He was had flying feet.
He was flying with wings. There are people living in the ocean, breathing without any gills or apparatus or anything, and magic is something that's that really.
I don't want to hear it. Look at ma'am, I don't want to hear it.
Cool. That's cool, RJ. Yeah. Whenever you need to jump out.
Like, I don't want to hear it, bitch.
Just, like, bro, come on.
Get out of here.
So yeah, that down, you know, the AI of the bestie coming through with like all of the sentience is where we ended episode 1. And we'll go around the horn because Reggie's gonna have to go in a little bit. What's your assessment for this episode 1? I thought it was a banger. It was a strong start, and I like the things that are happening here. So I'm gonna go like, what's our rating scale for this one? Is what?
Iron Man or Iron Suit pieces.
Iron suit pieces. Yeah, I will give it an 8 out of 10 Iron Suit pieces. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 Iron Suit pieces. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that we got to see what happened to her after Wakanda. And now she's on a mission. Now she's got something to do, and I'm super excited to see where it's going to go, where it's going to lead to, and how this is going to affect the MCU as a whole. So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. And it's black as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes. And we stand that always. Mm-hmm. Reggie, what you got, bruv?
So for me, I gotta agree with G in the comments. I said smooth 7.5. I feel like the first episode always sets like the tone, and it kind of gives you the background for those who didn't watch every single Marvel project. So I think they did a good job with kind of laying the foundation for that, but not boring people by giving a bunch of exposition. You got just enough so you got what was going on, enough to enjoy the rest of the story. I enjoyed it. It made me really want to watch the rest of the episodes. It kind of, although I'm kind of pissed they did 3 and 3, I was kind of glad because like I didn't have to wait because I really wanted to happen next. I think the performances were phenomenal. I think the effects were great. I think the story is good. I love the tone. It doesn't feel too kiddie-ish, which I like too.
Mhm.
And most importantly, black as fuck. So
Come on.
love it.
Like
100%.
like it gets up to 5 just for being black as fuck.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
automatic.
yeah,
Automatic.
right, yeah. Right, like that's the base.
Off rip.
5 is the base.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
So
my
yeah, and over in the chat, G was saying it's a little it was a little clunky. It was.
It didn't have a style per
okay.
se. That's the thing. Like it was just like
Yeah,
telling the story. It didn't have a style, like a directing
It
style.
doesn't quite have its own aesthetic just yet. Yeah.
Just yet, yeah.
And Chantel saying an 8, Daynard 7.5. John always with the Men on Films reference, and I love that. Never stop. 3 steps, a twist, and a kiss. And G gives it a 7.5 as well. Yes, indeed. And yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, whenever you need to bounce out, Reg, we can do the exit for you. Right now.
Bow out now because you gotta.
All right.
So yeah.
Ooh, that's nasty. That's yuck.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
it at
yucky.
all. It's terrible. Yeah.
That's
So I have to
disgusting.
hop in the shower and get into bed. So normally we go from 45 to about 9, and then we kind of ended. But thank you guys for having me. I truly enjoyed it, and I hope you guys
always a pleasure.
Come on the Silver Site. You guys are always welcome. We got to do this again. Can't wait a whole nother year to get back on your show.
I know. Yeah. Well, you said Friday y'all doing the thing, right? I'm fairly certain I'll be able to get there. So yes.
So I'll send you the link. So I still have your email. You can forward it to Manic Meeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And indeed. Thank you. Appreciate you. Always a pleasure.
Have a good show. Take it easy.
Bye.
All right. Peace.
Oh wait. One more thing. I guess I can give one to you guys. We're doing a giveaway for these.
Hey.
Some Ironheart figures and the Ironheart pop. So tune in on Friday, and you'll win one of these.
Cool beans.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Yes, indeed.
Later.
And I'm fairly certain Reggie's description is down below. If not, it will be shortly.
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat too.
Yes, please do. I'm pretty sure you got that wrench. Yes, get that out there.
I will do that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, y'all definitely go check RJ out. You will not be disappointed.
Cool beans.
Later.
All right. Peace
Bye.
out. Be safe.
All right. So
yes, on to episode 2. And we start right where we left off. The AI Natalie is trying to help Riri because Riri is going through a little bit of a crash out right now. And I get
As she should.
I understand. Yeah, you got to process that. And she's trying to say, hey, calm down. And of course, again, Black mom hears voices in the room. And why are there voices instead of just one voice? So she comes in. And the one thing I will say, always pleasure. Always a pleasure. And you're welcome on anytime. Any show we're watching simultaneously, you always got a spot. I will say that this is somewhat anti Black parenting, because a knock on the door and then you actually wait before you enter.
Girl, come in.
What?
What y'all doing?
What is that?
And not only am I coming in, I'm standing and I'm staring and saying nothing.
I'm standing and looking at everything. I heard voices. Who you talking to? Like I will say, and once I got to like my upper high school days, my mom would do a courtesy knock, but that's all it was a courtesy. The door is opening in 0.1 seconds right after that knock. There's no wait to be let in. So I'm kind of calling BS on that part, but
it don't matter.
Okay,
it don't matter. Once I was in the middle of changing,
I was being tamed for TV.
I'm like, Mom, you couldn't even knock to see if I was. She's like, girl, you came outside of me. I don't care. I was like,
yes, John, go get your sustenance.
Right,
absolutely.
All right,
we'll
Mom,
probably still be here when you get done.
Oh well, mother. And so she's freaking out, trying to figure out what to do with Natalie, like where to put her, what's going on, how this happened. Girl, you should know better. You're too smart for this. I get it, being shocked, being like, what the fuck did I do wrong for that instance? But you should know.
Right. When you have a character with a mind like Riri, and you know that she's it's like the contingency plans are always going, like the show Numbers. Whenever I think his name was Charlie, whenever he was going through any of the equations, we would see them popping up on the screen, calculating as he's going and assessing everything. I imagine that is exactly what is in Riri's brain. So some of the ways they capped her on that here, I don't like, but I guess I understand. Hopefully it'll pay off better. We'll see.
I can't wait for you to watch the next 3 episodes, girl. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know I'm going to jump into our chat like this.
I can't wait.
I already know.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, mom comes in and checks on her, and she is seeing in my notes. I call the boy Roger. His name is Roger to me now. She's about to leave, and wait, she was at home in this scene, right?
Yeah, she was in a room
because she walked out.
She was in the kitchen.
She walked out into the kitchen, and homie was there, like just like in the fridge, like making a sandwich. Like, bro, why are you in my house?
Because
in my mama's house making a sandwich.
Are you kidding me, girl?
I've been trying to figure out what the relation there was
for Xavier. Yeah, they're best friends. Like they like each other, but Natalie is his sister. So they've known each other.
Okay.
It's
See,
like,
yeah,
it's like friends,
I got they knew each other. Okay, like I missed the connection. Okay, I missed the connection with Natalie.
Yeah, it's very much family because my friends can
yeah.
definitely come into my mom and dad's house.
Same.
And be like,
same.
Snacks!
Right, like, you know, like, I would like to make a sandwich. Do you have a sandwich I can have? The kitchen is over there. You don't got no maids here. So
all you do is wash your hands. That's the one rule. Just wash your hands before you
always be clean and tidy up after yourself.
That's it. That is it.
Okay, so I missed that in watching. So okay, that makes total sense now. Total sense.
So while she was in there trying to, like, she was in the kitchen working, and then her mom was coming in. I don't know how she got that suit to move real quick into her room, because it was definitely in the kitchen with her.
Was it in the kitchen? I thought it was in her room
corner with her.
Pushed it into the closet.
It was in the kitchen with her, and then it was in her room, and then she pushed it into the closet. I was like, girl, is this thing on a dolly? Like, it's got to be on a dolly.
Right. You literally needed a wagon to get that around last episode. How are you moving it that easily?
It's got to be on the dolly. So I'm like, okay, I'll let that slide. But then she was talking to Natalie, and she was like, girl, I don't know what happened, but listen, I just got to figure out what to do. I need there are pieces I'm missing for the suit, and I got to have this thing ready. And she was like, well, I could help you, girl. You just sit over there and hush. And she was like, ooh, hush.
Right. Like, have you met me?
Who are you talking to?
Hush where? Who?
Girl, where? Who? Me? And so she was like, you know, I just like that her friend still had her real life sass.
Still has that sass.
Throwing her off. It was throwing her off so badly because technically she is an AI. She's a very sophisticated. I think, isn't she more sophisticated than Griot at this point? Like, she said she was trying to make an AI that's either the same as or would rival Wakanda's Griot, because it was more advanced than Tony Stark's Jarvis. So she wanted to make an AI like that, and she made this. So I'm thinking that this Natalie is more advanced than Griot at this point.
Which is that was like embedded in their change when the suits comes out and what's not. But see, I don't know. I would say that it's better right now because they don't have to actively give commands to Griot when they have their suits on. It's completely mental. Yeah, it's very intuitive. The minute they think it, the suit's already like positioning itself to do what it needs to do.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, Griot is still like an AI at its core, but in this instance, Natalie is not an AI. She over here talking back. She's like, I'm not gonna do this.
Natalie right now, I would put her on par with Vision, actually. Highly sentient. Not all the way up to Vision's level right now, just yet, but well on the way there.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. So now she's got to figure out, like, you know, where to get pieces to fix this goddamn suit. And Natalie was like, well, I found some things and such from a person who thinks there's a list. It was his name, Joe. Let me find the name. It is Joe.
It's but
Joe
a little bit before
McGillicuddy.
That, McGillicuddy, bruh. He knew damn well somebody was gonna figure that bullshit out. But a little bit before that though, Riri, once she leaves after Xavier, I almost called him Roger again. After, you know, Xavier invites her out, you know, makes a little date, go to a little concert together. Right after that, she leaves and she goes to the team meeting at the clubhouse, and that's when she's introduced officially to everybody, and I believe she asks about what the pay is going to be for this next heist. And you know, he kind of curbs that question, which, you know, the whole thing was a red flag already from Jump Street, but now even more so.
You're doing illegalisms. Why are you asking like you getting a W-2?
Because she needs cash flow now.
I know, but I'm like, ma'am,
she asked.
You're doing illegalisms. You're doing illegalisms. What makes you think they're going to be like, okay, after we, you know, the pay schedule is 2 days after illegalisms, you're going to get your money? No, no, girl. We don't even know what the illegalisms is at this point. We don't even know what the goal is. We just know we're going to do something.
We don't know what we don't know what the job is.
We don't know if we're leaving with cash.
We
don't know.
Right, like it's probably not going to be back in, like, you know, the Western times where after you do a heist and you catch your room above the pub and you just counting out between like the 4 or 5 guys that did that. Yeah, it's not that.
No, like, girl, please. I get it, but please. That's why they were looking at her like,
you're not. It is a little sus, but and I think that actually, and I didn't think about this until just now. I think that is enough to clue us into this is just not her set.
No,
she does not know anything about this, which again,
this ain't her
to me, I feel like is a little bit surprising because again, you're a kid from Chicago, and I don't think it matters exactly what part of the city you're from. You still know the city's politics, from block to block. Is what I'm saying. So
I just think she's very, very one track minded. That's all. She's just about her and her shit.
Yeah. So. Again, this is another time I think where she can't get out of her own way because her mind is just so bent on just what her goals are.
Because I feel like there are other ways for her to get money. She could have gone to anything. She could have gone to Stark Industries. She could have gone to hell. I don't even know if Justin Hammer was still out and has his company. I don't know if Justin Hammer is. You could have gone
he's
anywhere.
Still locked up.
Like, you could have gone anywhere and been like, I got a suit that will rival Iron Man. Who wants to give me money to do this? There's other ways.
Who wants to see the schematics of these plans that I have? Who wants to help me make this happen?
Mm-hmm. But that took work and it took time, and she didn't want to. She wanted it now.
She didn't have that time.
Don't care how I want it now. That's the problem.
To circle it back, Veruca Salt. Was that Veruca?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. Don't care how I want it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this circles back a little bit to shit. Let me scroll up in my notes, see if I can find the part. Lost it. Nah. Not know through the lines, but Riri is kind of out of her element here. But once they start planning this next bit of the heist, she ends up going back and she tells the AI that you got to stay home
because you got to get these parts.
I can't do all that. Yeah, I gotta go do these things. And she's like, okay, but I'm part of the suit. Like, how are you gonna? Not if I tether you right now to the laptop.
Bitch, be calm. It's got games.
I mean, look. And if I were AI Natalie at that point, I was like, oh, bitch, you said what?
I would have been okay. I'd have been like, oh, you put me in the laptop? Immediately breaking out. Where's
game
the
on?
connection? Immediately.
Game on.
Immediately. I'm not even going to wait till you leave. That is not in my nature. I'm going to do it right now in front of you. I want you to know I'm working on it. I want you to know it's me.
You know what, G? I think that's a fair assessment. These shows tend to compartmentalize each individual character without the team up aspect. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm. And so, but luckily, before she did all that, Natalie was able to give her the address to Joe McGillicuddy because he had some of the stuff that she was looking for on the black market. And so she went back to the corner store and was like, hey, little boy. Hey, little boy.
Can I borrow your wagon? And homie, again, he's a hustler. What you mean borrow? What?
For $20. No, baby. 40.
No. Make it 40 and
Inflation.
I got you until like sundown. And she's looking at, excuse me, what? He's like, yo, don't blame me. Blame inflation.
Come on.
Again, baby boy already has the fucking game on lock, right? And he making his money again, 100% honest. He's not doing nothing illegal here.
Like, okay, so she
And I
got
really-
that damn, what's it called, the wagon.
I appreciate
I don't know
that.
how she put the thing. How did she get it down? That
bruh. As small as that wagon was, I'm sorry.
it's not gonna fit on the elevator.
No. Mm-mm.
I'm like,
what are we doing here?
okay, I'm gonna let it slide. But she puts that
right. Baby absolutely said, blame the tariffs. It's not my fault.
Blame it. Absolutely. So she puts the suit in a wagon and puts that wagon on. Is it a train that she takes, or is it a bus?
She gets on the okay.
No, because I'm not sure of the area. I've never,
Chicago. They don't have a subway. It's L trains. All the trains are elevated. Yeah.
Okay, so she took the train to Evanston or whatever he was,
wherever that suburb was.
The suburban.
And of course,
fuck that lady.
Of course, the first person we meet is a fucking Karen.
Fuck that lady
of the neighborhood. Like, bitch, bruh, look.
Not
when
in my
I tell
yard.
you, literally, like the back of my throat started itching once this bitch started talking. Like, just
no.
Just oozing all of the Karenicity. You don't want your puppy to be putting his feces where you're what the hell are they, like black-eyed something or other, prize flowers, and because of that, because of that, you think it's okay to let the puppy go take a shite on this man's lawn, and you not gonna pick it up.
First of all, what is that dog eating because that poop is watery? Like, girl, give this baby some solid food. It don't make no sense.
And it's a lot of it too. Like, it's a damn puddle that's barely holding form. What?
Stomach problems.
See,
like, girl, get out of here.
What are you feeding that puppy? I feel like that puppy is probably being abused in that home.
I am going to get a shovel. I'm going to shovel the section up and I'm going to throw it at your door.
And I'm going to throw it at the door. Yep.
But Joe being
That's
Joe
exactly
was like,
what's in my notes.
Maybe you can try not to do that. I would appreciate it very much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at him. And I didn't watch was it Star Wars? But wasn't he like young Han Solo or something?
Was he in?
He was in something Star Wars related. Hold on, let me find him. Let me find him. No.
Maybe. Like, his face looked familiar to me, but I don't know where I've seen him before.
Hold on. He was in Solo? Yeah, he played Han Solo in Solo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. I see it now.
His name is a mouthful.
Yeah, so right. Yeah, he was Han Solo. And yeah, trying to lock her computer up with the computer.
I would have immediately been like, no.
Yeah, but this chick, it kind of makes sense, I guess, how cowardly he seemed, because he is very much under deep cover. As far as he's concerned, he is doing everything so people don't look too hard at him.
He wants
because
to be
he's hiding. Yeah, he's hiding his true identity. However, if it were me, that's not some shit that would have flown at all. Nah.
Get your face out of my face.
Karen would have been dealt with.
Get your
face out of my face and keep your dog's poop away from my property. I don't give a fuck about your flowers.
I don't care. Like, stop playing with me, bitch. Disrespectfully.
You're right. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Disrespectfully, stop playing with me, bitch.
All of the disrespect. All of it.
But I just thought it was also really funny that when Riri approached him, he thought that she was a little kid because she looks like a child.
She does. She's
so young looking.
She's a tiny chick, and it fits though. It totally fits. So again, Karen being absurd, and we go and she starts talking to Joe, and they go in the house. That's when she starts really dropping those dimes.
Like, like, where's your?
So right, like I know you have these things. You need to go ahead and help me, or else I'm gonna call the FBI.
He's like, please don't.
And blah blah blah.
Please don't do that.
And then later on, once that happens, later on in the car ride, homie admits like, yo, that people is just be blackmailing me like at least 2 or 3 times a week. And she turns like, wait, what do you mean 2 or 3 times a week? What?
Why do you let that happen? You need to stand up for yourself, except for when I'm talking to you.
Right. Stand up for yourself with everybody else, but allow me to do whatever fuckery I need to do with your help. Thanks.
Exactly. Like, no, thank you.
Absolutely not.
But I did like they bonded over Alanis Morissette, which, by the way, listen, Jack Little Pill is one of the greatest albums of all time. Period.
Remains one of the best. Will forever be in my top 10.
It's
always.
So good. It is
Alanis
so good. I know
was
that
such a fucking vibe, bro.
And backwards. It's so good. And so I like that they had a little bonding over that. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to like this." Well, stop making racist assumptions, Joe.
Hey, guys. And, you know, for anyone that may be listening later that doesn't know, Black people like rock music too.
We actually helped create that.
If you think right, exactly. We absolutely helped y'all invent that shit. I mean, you're welcome.
You're right, John.
Isn't that whole thing ironic? You know, he gonna go cry in the car.
I really do think. And he did cry in the car, and she was like, "If you don't," he did. Like, shut the tears back up.
And that again, that one little note right there again is another reason why, just one of many reasons why I love the movie Sinners. And we still got to get the dates and the logistics worked out, but we are going to discuss that. Don't y'all worry. Y'all have been asking me for it. I have seen the messages. We gonna do it. We just got to make sure everybody time syncs up. So so you know they're having this combo, and they end up going to the complete country. I feel like I didn't even know.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, I didn't even know like these parts of, you know, far reaches of Chicago existed. It's literally like just a random farmland.
Where was WandaVision?
Wanda's in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's in Jersey. Yeah, many states away.
I'm like, are they close? No, okay.
No.
That makes sense.
No, Chicago is very Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But while they're traveling, don't we go back to the home and we see Natalie trying to
AI Natalie is trying to bust out,
and she does.
The only way to shut up, John.
Yeah,
you know damn well we know. You know damn well we know that's how we keep our hands clean. Okay.
And so she was able to
bust out and talk to mom.
Yeah, scare the hell out of her, which is real black. Get back here. Get back here.
Weapon immediately.
And say
you are not supposed to be here. Rebuked it.
Come on. And so she understood that it was an AI immediately. She was like, "I'm an AI," and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe she created you." And just having a conversation, and it was just real nice,
dude.
It was real nice.
This right here, this I think was so key to have, as small of a scene as it appears to be. I think this was very keen to have, because her mom is literally the proudest mom on the block, because look at this cool shit my fucking daughter does, bruh. And she immediately is, because you know these girls, they grew up together, so she very much was in this girl's life, just like she was in Riri's, and she is like, oh my god.
She's just so excited.
This is one of her baby boos, and she's able to have her back, talk, converse,
and she's able to put a battery in her back, which you didn't need to, but you did. And she was like, in order for you to be in Riri's life, you got to force your way in. She was like,
yeah,
say less.
Say less.
Say less. Excuse me while I try to do things. But in the car, she was also sending texts. Like, she figured out how to get to the internet and send her texts through the phone. And she was like, "Girl, got this." Excuse me. But they made it to the silo in there, and she walked in and she was like, "How do you have all this?" And I would ask the same thing. Like, not only how do you have all this, but what are you doing with this?
Who the fuck are you?
What is this? So you're just collecting things?
Why?
I mean, I'm a collector as well, but I don't do black market stuff.
Black market stuff, right, and that's actually how she caught him in the lie he was trying to spin, because he was saying something about the black market. And I didn't say nothing about the black market. What you mean? I just asked if you might have these couple items I was looking for. I didn't say you got them from the black market. And yeah, that was the gotcha right there.
But she had everything she needed in there. Everything she needed in there to fix her suit. And I like the fact that they were having a conversation. And she was like, you have all of these things and you're smart enough to know what to do with these things. Why aren't you using them? Like, why aren't you creating
why are you in that neighborhood that you're in and letting that bitch literally shit on your lawn every day?
And he was like,
it doesn't make sense.
I understand just wanting to be low key. And he was like, listen, I had a bad relationship with my dad. And so he was obsessed with all of this. And this is just the way that I feel like being close to him. Like, I don't want to be like him, but I like collecting the stuff because it reminds me of him. So I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but what is your plan what was the plan with this stuff?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it costs you money, honey.
Exactly. And granted, I'm sure even without anything that his dad would have left him, he still had the trust fund to be able to do whatever he's doing.
He had to, because I'm like, don't make no sense. You're buying all this. Like, where's the money coming from? Especially if you're not doing anything with it. But
black
she was
market
talking
sales.
to him, and she was like, hey, listen, you might just want to like try your hand at creating something good for people. Like, you could do that in here with these things. He was like, well, I don't know. And she was like, have you even touched anything in here? Like, you have all this, but did you even like hold it in your hand? He was like, no. And she was like, put it in your hand, touch it.
Right. And not only
it.
that, most importantly, stop letting motherfuckers talk shit to you all the time. What?
Yep.
What do you mean? She just lets the dog shit on your lawn, and all you do is just literally just gripe about it. Yeah. You're not over there trying to tell her, hey, I'm gonna need you to do this. Stop doing this thing, or else.
Be better, best. You
won't like me when I'm angry.
Be better, best. But I mean, she was able to fix the suit, so I mean, I'm not.
Indeed, yeah.
And she also put a battery in his back.
She needed.
Yeah, and she put a battery in his back about just trying to see what he has and do more with what he has. Like, you don't have to do bad things with this stuff. You can create for good. And so you got to think about that. You don't have to
be your dad. Yeah. You do not have to be like your dad. And that this is a part of his trauma because, we know what Ironmonger was out there doing.
Well, we don't know that it's him yet. So we don't know that it's him yet.
But fair enough. We learned that next episode, I think. Yeah. So all of that goes down. I do believe we go into another heist, and the AI Natalie ends up having some random glitch once they get through everything.
Well, here's the thing: she popped up when she
isn't fast enough. Yeah.
This is the one she popped up when she was supposed to and scared the hell out of her. And she had
and then the security guard
flash
came
drive.
out.
She had a flash drive that she was supposed to put the virus in.
But she was supposed
she dropped it.
She dropped it. Yep.
They had to reconfigure. They had to figure out another one. They had to
go back and pick it up.
They couldn't even pick it up. They back on the fly. And she was like, okay, listen, so you needed this to shut this down. Well, I can do this. Here's what I'm gonna do. You gotta go this way, and you gotta magnetize yourself to the bottom of this car, and then you gotta use the extra hand thing to get up in there and to hit this. And when you hit this, it'll cause a shock and it'll cause the system to shut down and reboot, and then they can get in.
Reboot, and that's your chance. Yep.
Exactly. So all of that played out, and they were able to get in there and shut it down so that Hood can pop up and be like, I'm gonna blackmail you, which don't make no sense to me. I'm like, what is your point? What are you doing?
Right. Like, see, and that's I think maybe an extracurricular thing that is going to come back later in some kind of way, because the contract that he made this woman sign states that he is basically on the payroll. It wasn't the whole group. It was just him.
It was the whole group. It was the whole group.
Was it the whole group? Okay. All of them were on there getting all the checks, basically for free.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But someone's gonna catch that in an audit.
And I'm like, so you're trying to continuously blackmail this woman? Like, how are you gonna do this forever?
Right. Like, she may be head of the company that is building this tunnel, but she still has a board and shareholders to answer to. How do you think this is going to continue? Someone in accounting somebody that's probably very sleep deprived, but they know that somewhere the company is bleeding money and it's on their shoulders to find it, or else.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And once they bring that up, you don't think that's going to be cut off? It just it just, to me, it doesn't make sense at all for that to be a long-term thing that would actually let stand.
So I'm like, so is it a one-time thing where they got all this money, then it pulls out the system? How would you know they actually pulled them out the system and got it erased? Like, unless Slug was doing it. Like, it didn't make sense to me about what he was trying to accomplish, but it worked. He accomplished what he accomplished. He got her signed the dipped and then he dipped Fansacious out of there. And while Riri was out, like, she had escaped back up through the sewer that she went in. And she was talking to Natalie, like, listen, like, you can't just be popping in like this. This, like, I was in the middle of doing something and you literally nearly fucked up the mission. Like, you almost fucked it up. But you almost fucked it up. And that's when she ran into that cop, or the cop ran into her, and she froze, which is kind of strange that
the AI also
Riri didn't pick up why she froze, because where she came from. So why would we do? No, Riri. Because
I don't think Riri is seeing her the way we're seeing her. She thinks that's just another program. It's not supposed to have feelings or PTSD or even the memories that it has.
Yeah, she knows that. No, she definitely knows that.
That's why I think it's not comprehending why she would freeze up in that, just like Riri has frozen up when those memories hit her.
That's what I mean. The only reason the AI froze was because Riri froze. Not the AI froze, Riri froze. Because remember, the AI is based off of her brains.
Yeah.
And she's actively
I didn't take it like that, though.
I took it like that because I'm like, if she's coming from her brain, she's able to have a conversation with her and she's actively pulling information out. Like, how did you know what happened when she had a memory inside and it's like, oh yeah, remember this one time we did this and we were saying, she was like, how do you know that? It's not anywhere in the computer. How do you know that? From her, from that's Riri what I'm herself. Saying. So that's why I'm thinking that when Riri froze when she saw the gun, it caused the AI to glitch. And I don't understand why she didn't think about how the AI was created, that it was that it was coming from her instead of the AI itself. So at first we think it's the AI. And I'm like, it don't make no sense, because why would the AI freeze when she was just getting ready to be crunched and crushed and she still didn't freeze?
Right. So and that's the thing. I think that's why I keep I think that it's an extremely sentient, but I don't even think we can call her a program.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what she is.
No, there's something extra in there that is making her like an actual person. Like right now, honestly, like for Star Trek fans, you'll get the Data reference. This AI, Natalie, this is Data, who just came online, and he is now an ensign going in to be the pilot on the Starship Enterprise. That's the level of awareness it's giving me. And if you know anything about Data, Data's a robot, but Data is very much alive. Even further back, Short Circuit, Johnny Five is alive. That's exactly what's happening here.
Exactly.
Dominica Edwards was going on. Yes. Remapped her brain to create the AI, so she has the memories and right. And again, that's exactly the thing. Like, why doesn't she realize that's what's happening? And I'm gonna put it up to, because she has not processed her own PTSD yet.
I don't think she can't
recognize she can't recognize the connection that is very clear for us to see.
But I mean, while she was cornered,
I don't think she's turning sentient. I think she already is.
Like, I wish we had a classification of where to put her in, like, computer AI, real life craziness. I just wish there was some place we could put her, because she's definitely not AI. She's beyond AI.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say, for a recognizable name, hey Siri. Siri right now, if you compare Siri to what the AI Natalie is, and like to Vision right now, Siri is absolutely at the bottom rung of that. Siri is living in flea bottom right now for that level of AI. Vision right now is almost as far as like any type of robotic thing in the MCU, Vision right now would be at the top, but I think Natalie's gonna go past him because she's damn near Vision level right now.
If she were able to get a body, like if they were able to have a vibranium body like Vision had, she would be damn near a whole
she would surpass Vision. Yeah, 100%.
Weird and strange. It's awkward.
100% right. But Riri can't process that right now because she's not making those connections. She still thinks she's dealing with an AI program.
Yeah, which is, I'm like, girl, think.
Right,
but
right. Like you are way beyond.
In the confrontation with the cop, she also got to see a little bit more of Parker's situationals. Because he curved them bullets. He curved the hell out of them bullets.
He was in there like chef, I forget his name, but the movie Wanted. Yep. What look, see, y'all know what these nerd references mean. Meeks always be on the same wavelength.
She made that's exactly what it is. That bullet curve. That's exactly
the bullet.
What happened. And she was like, the cop got shot. But did he just curve a damn bullet? Yeah.
But he got shot, but he did not die. He was shot enough. He was shot in a place to where it would put him down. That's it. He's going to be able to go to the ER and get patched up and he'll be fine. But so even then, everything that he told her, everything that he told her technically was true because nobody died.
Well, it's not even that nobody died. It's just the fact that he was invisible and he appeared and shot and she was like, bitch, how did you?
She's like, where the fuck did you come from?
How did you do that? It was just too many. It was too much. Like you came out of nowhere, you appeared and then you threw the bullet. Like,
I'm not sure that I would say Edith is as high up as Natalie or Vision right now. Definitely on the spectrum of being, and Edith, for y'all that don't remember, if I'm remembering correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Adamantium, but that's the AI that was in the glasses that Lil Spidey had. Was it Far From Home or whatever the second movie was when they went on that school trip?
I don't remember.
I think, yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's where Edith came into play. Yeah, Edith isn't on the level of Vision or AI Natalie right now. At least I don't think she is.
But wasn't that the end of episode 2 with her just standing in the alley like the fuck?
Yeah,
okay, I'm like she didn't go back home or anything. I wanted to make sure I'm like she didn't go back anywhere.
There was. She did. Well, she did end up making it back home. If I remember correctly,
I don't think so.
She ended up making it back home. No, it ended. It ended with going back to what's his name, Obadiah's son's neighborhood, and he stepped on the poops again, and that's when he remembered that conversation. He went in, grabbed his clippers, and went across the street, cut all them fucking flowers off.
You play too much.
I don't got time for this bullshit.
You play too much, bitch.
Yeah,
you play too much. Hashtag you.
Oh, serious like Edith. Yes, that's correct.
You play too much, bitch. I'm tired of you and your face. And
right, and she deserved that. I was not mad at him. And then he stood back up with the little sunflower in his hair and walked back across the street. It's like, yep,
absolutely.
Right. I appreciate his brand of petty, and actually that's in my notes. After that scene, I put hashtag petty, and yes,
absolutely,
yes, he deserved to be that petty.
Absolutely. And so we are now. We were getting.
What are we gonna rate? What are we gonna rate this one? Yes.
Wait,
what are we gonna rate this for?
Before we do that, since you haven't seen 4, 5, and 6, do you want to talk about where you think it's gonna go for like a smidge at the end of that? Okay.
Yeah.
But for episode 2,
put a pin in that. Remind me, because I ain't gonna remember.
Yes. So episode 2.
Okay. So what are we rating episode 2, y'all? Flowers, cut flowers.
I was gonna go flowers or lettuce more sets
or no. Let's give Alanis all her props. We're gonna do it. Alanis more sets. I will give this episode. I think I'll give it a solid 8.25 Alanis's because while it moved the story forward, it was still kind of in that niche time frame. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of time that went by here, but we did get some character growth and get some more information about people. We're a little bit more on solid ground to see what's going down. And I like the sassiness of AI Natalie and also of Obadiah Jr. So yeah. That's what I'm giving 8.25 Alanis's. And actually, no, you know what? I will bump it up to 8.5 just for Alanis because
I'm giving it eight Alanis's. I'm excited. I like this episode. It gave me information.
I like it.
It started filling in the blanks. I still have a lot of questions about why Parker. His name is Parker Robbins, right? Is that his name?
I don't know. Hold on. Wait, who are you talking about?
The Hood. His name is.
You talking about the actor? Oh,
no, I mean like the character. Hold on, let me see what his name is.
I don't know. He's only the Hood in my notes.
Yeah.
I didn't.
His name is Parker Robbins.
His name is Parker. Okay.
Parker Robbins. So I really want to know why.
Name for a Latin dude.
First of all, it's like weird altogether. Like Parker and Robbins. Like you got to make up your mind.
Yeah, right. Like who was your mom married to, bruh?
I don't like it. So I like the fact that we see moves being made, but we don't know what Parker is doing, and we're getting more insight into what he's doing, just not the why yet. Yeah. So,
and that's actually one thing that I did forget. Your 8 ironic hearts. Okay, I see you, Adamantium. I see you. Isn't it ironic? Yes. There is one thing that we skipped, and I think it was actually in episode 1, if I remember correctly, is we saw all those tattoos that were on his back that were connecting, but I think those tattoos are to cover up whatever the Hood is doing to his body, because it looks like there's like if you think about storms and like when lightning and some great photographer just catches the perfect shot with it shattering everywhere, that's what his skin looks like. So again, what the fuck is going on with this Hood that's affecting him like this?
Because my first idea was Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is the only person who has a hood in the MCU.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have a hood. He has a cloak.
Yeah, that's true. He has
a cloak, but his cloak has a hood. So yeah, that's why he has that name.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
I'm gonna give Gryffindor 20 points for that. So
okay, we got some.
Give it a 10, just cousin Natalie. You know what? Look, AI Natalie is a vibe. There is absolutely nothing I can think of that I do not like about that character. It's very interesting.
She also changes clothes. She changed the clothes.
Yes,
she changes clothes.
That's what I'm saying. This is a whole ass person, bruh. Okay, if Shuri ever finds out about Natalie, I think she absolutely would build her a vision suit and send it, because you know, as we know, you know, Wakanda is always keeping their eyes on everything. You know, Captain America got that cool ass suit because Wakanda saw the fuck shit was going down, and they knew that our boy Clarence, yes, I said Clarence, you know what I'm talking about, was going to need a new suit. Hated it. What, sir?
He hated the episode?
Explain yourself immediately. Oh, gasp. I need you to explain that.
I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great episode. What you mean? Are you rage baiting? Are you trolling right now, John? Is that what's happening? Right, look. There are questions. I know we live in color, but okay, wait. What are you referencing the hating it to, though? Is that to the episode? That's why I'm confused, because I don't think this episode would warrant that at all. Nay, sir. Nay.
Clutch is pearls.
You know, clutch is pearls. Like, what do you mean, sir? Please explain. All right, but you know, while we're waiting for John to give us his dissertation about this, the explanations, moving on to episode 3. We start off at the clubhouse, and everybody's sitting talking, they chilling,
celebrating.
But then, yes, okay, well, yeah, I know Men on Film said hated that. Yeah, we understood that reference, but what is it you're hating? Are you hating
Or are you
like the
just saying
episode,
that you hated it,
or you just hated a situation? That's where we're confused about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, we hanging out. We hanging out.
They're
at
celebrating.
The clubhouse.
We won. We're winners.
Celebrating.
Money.
Hey, yeah, this is gonna be so cool. Oh my god!
And then Clown does dumb shit.
The one of the chicks sneaks upstairs.
Clown,
and is able to get past the security and come back out with the cloak. And I don't know what would possess you to do that. It just
okay.
Why?
Fair enough.
Why? Of all the things, it doesn't seem like y'all have a whole lot of rules to follow, but I'm fairly certain in the handbook, number 1 is don't touch the fucking hood.
Don't touch the hood.
Number 2 is don't touch the fucking hood.
Chantal, you're correct. Her name is Clown, and she was definitely a clown. Doing clown shit. You're right. You're right.
No. Oh, you didn't? Okay, just a reference. Okay. All right. Right, yeah, so, she had the right name for that situation. You are correct. Mm-hmm.
But she also describes
Is it just me, or does Clown look like a young Erica Alexander Maxey?
I can see that. I can see a little bit.
It's the hair. It's the hair. Mm-hmm.
But I can.
And also, shout out to Max. Shout out to Max, because Max was a whole ass vibe.
The hood, she was like, it's warm and it's hot and it just feels like weird. And so Riri jumps up and is like, let me see this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is strange. Mm-hmm. This is absolutely strange. This is very weird.
It feels weird. Take it off. But then I'm trying to think of what because I closed the freaking my VLC player, so I don't have it up. Oh no, wait, I do have it up. What did Max look like? Then didn't she have braids? Am I misremembering?
She had like mini braids. With like a bob.
Max had Max had her braids.
But I can see some of like a tiny bit of resemblance. It's not like 100%, but it's like a tiny bit.
Right, it's definitely not 100%, but like the essence of it is there.
But yeah, so and then while Clown is like, okay, so we can investigate this, we can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G to the hood. Here comes John.
And here comes the recruiter.
Cousin John is like,
snatches that shit off like, bitch, are you crazy?
And then smashes her head into the thing. I'd have been like,
whoa, hold on, bruh. Wait a minute.
Strongest of niggas. Nigga.
What, bruh?
The fuck? And was like,
that's a bit of an overreaction.
Exactly. Like, why are you more mad than Parker? Like, chill the fuck out. Like,
r/ am I the asshole for smacking a bitch's face on a table for touching my cousin's cloak? Yes.
Hey, mama, you are.
Yes, you are.
You definitely are. We ain't got time for that.
What?
And so,
because holy shit,
it's ridiculous. It's a very overreaction.
Absurd.
Very much so.
And also, Parker himself steps in to break it up. But before that, go ahead. Yeah, before that,
no, go ahead.
Riri steps up and he starts trying to talk shit to her and intimidate her. And Riri again, this is a gripe. I'm gonna say, Riri, stop letting your mouth say these things that your ass cannot cash. Okay,
like, ma'am. Without, she got her suit. So
shit. I mean, she got the suit, but that's the thing. All you have is the suit.
That is true, but she got that suit, so she gonna run that mouth as long as she got that suit.
She wasn't wearing it right then though.
It doesn't matter. She has the suit. She has the suit. So even if he was gonna pop her one time and be like, "Bitch, sit down," she gonna turn around and get right in that suit. Like, I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. I'll be back. Absolutely.
Right. See, that's the thing. Okay, she would have to go and get it. If he would have popped her one good time, she would have been knocked out. It wouldn't have been.
It doesn't even matter. When I get up, I'm getting in my suit. Grudge is gonna grudge. You know what I'm saying? Grudge is gonna grudge. So I mean, here's the thing. And when he did that, when Hey Mama did that, he completely changed the vibe of the room. And Parker, noticing that, was like, "Oh, we can just celebrate. Like, it's so good, people.
Hey.
Like, we just talk about the plans we got going on next. Like, hey, we can
calm
just be
down,
happy
bro.
about all this money.
We good."
He's like, "Why is the vibe so down?" And he was like, and Clown was like, "Because he smashed my damn head on a table."
Into a table.
Like,
And he didn't apologize. That's the thing that got me. She said all that, but then the main thing was he didn't apologize. What the fuck do you mean? You mad just because he didn't apologize? You're not upset that the shit happened? Period.
I'm like, I'm like, I don't really care what you say at this point. The grudge is gonna grudge. I'm telling you. Like, you can say you're sorry all you want to. Like, you like over a
look her. Look. You know what it is. I don't know if any of y'all have watched Poker Face, but one of the episodes this season basically ended with a little girl making Charlie, who is played by the awesome Natasha Lyonne on that show, making her mortal enemy number one. Charlie came through and bested this little bitch ass girl. And I don't say words like that to describe a child lightly. That's just how you know the terror that this girl was. And we know that I think she's going to come back for that. She's going to hold that grudge. And the grudge that might be held here.
Cardi B said it best.
I think
I have beef with you. We're going to have beef forever.
Forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever?
Forever.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But doesn't Parker pulls Riri into, or I think either Riri goes to Parker.
Riri asks to talk. Yeah, Riri asks to talk to him. And she's like, the question that she poses is, so when it comes to these heists, like, are we Ocean's 11, which would be the positive side, or are we the Sopranos?
Exactly.
Which would be the negative side. What are we doing? And he looks at her like,
why does it matter?
Is there a difference?
Why does it matter?
What the fuck you mean? And she says, and again, I feel like this is a thing that Riri, you absolutely need to go see a therapist to properly self-evaluate. She says, no, just because I have to do, some of these things that I have to do doesn't mean I'm a criminal. Yes, you are.
You are a criminal. But it's okay. There are a lot of people in the MCU who are also criminals. You'll be fine.
Exactly. But you need to recognize that properly about yourself. I understand that you have good intentions, but look, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Mm-hmm. Okay. He was exactly right when he told her, like, bro, no, you're just as criminal as anybody else. And yeah, you got kicked out of MIT because of your criminal behavior. Mm-hmm. Let's not try to sugarcoat that.
Let's not sugarcoat it and pass blame. Don't pass the dutchie, baby. It's all on you.
Right. You can't pass the dutchie on the left-hand side with this. Nah.
But it's just the mentality of someone who is younger, who is still trying to figure out what they can and can't do. And if they can't do something they want to do, then clearly it has to be somebody else's fault.
Right.
It's somebody else's responsibility. Right. It's somebody else's fault.
Exactly. Heisting is heisting. Okay. Robin Hood stole from the rich to give to the poor, but he was still a thief.
Exactly. He was still a fucking thief.
He was still a hero, yes, but he was still a thief.
He was still a thief. And so she takes that like on the head. He was like, well, what are you gonna do? Just stop asking questions, prepare yourself for the next job, and enjoy spending this money that you was asking about. Just do that. Just stop making it difficult.
And he literally just spelled it out for you. If you wanted to truly leave, this would have been your last get out of jail card free moment. Mm-hmm. And you chose to stay. You chose to stay
because you needed that money. According to her, she needed the money. So here we are. But on the way back home, I don't want to say runs into the cops, but the cops are at her door asking her mom,
mom's is home. She gets there and she's like, Riri, these cops are here to see you.
And she was like,
they tell her Stuart, whatever his last name was found dead. And Riri almost immediately freezes up, like,
I was like, what they got to do with me?
Did he tell you to come talk to me about it? He was like, well, nah, but we did have a reason to believe that you were one of the last people to see him alive. So,
or the last person to call. You're the last person to call him. So, like,
yeah. So, like, what was going down?
He was like, well, I mean, I called him. We worked together. I needed some help, and I called him, and he didn't answer, and that was it. Which is the truth.
That was it.
Which is actually the honest truth. And of course, mom's worrying. I don't know what you're gonna do, girl. Because you're not moving. You're not moving in smartness.
Not moving in smart. Like, bro, you've been in here the last few weeks just buying up all this expensive shit. You don't have a job. You do not have a fallback job that you could say, oh no, I just got paid last Friday.
Exactly.
And that's where the check came from. You just in here not doing shit, disappearing at odd hours of the day and night, coming home late as fuck, and you got all this expensive shit that you keep bringing in here. So what, again, this is a single mom from Chicago. Game recognized game. She know you into some shit. She just don't know exactly what it is. And literally for her protection, I feel like you need to tell her what's going down so she knows what to look out for. But Riri's not doing that. You know, and this is a callback all the way to episode 1 where she's in that PTSD panic and then she runs out the room and mom is trying to say, hey, what's happening? Because she recognizes the signs. She knows what it looks like and she's trying to help her. But then Riri just spins the story. So it's her fault.
It's her fault for pushing her. It's her fault for not taking care of the garage. It's her fault for not honoring the memory. And I'm like, girl, I get it.
Like, girl, I didn't even know that you cared about the garage. Why? Because every time this woman tries to stay close with you, tries to communicate and talk to you, you're the one that's putting the walls up, bro. You can't be mad at her.
Exactly. Tommy, you ain't got no job.
Like what the
I gotta go to work in the morning. Tommy, you ain't got no damn job.
Where the fuck you got a job at, Tommy? Huh? All this shit you've been talking about for years, walking around wearing these suits. But what office are you going to, Tommy?
Exactly.
And I'm not going to explain what that is. If you know, you know.
So I'm just like, I feel bad for her because her inability to deal with the tragedies in her life.
Or what's affecting everything now.
Yeah.
And she told her mom that she had a job, but the details were top secret. See, she did say that, but again, this is a black mom in Chicago. She knows exactly what that shit means.
Let me tell my mom I got a job, and she was like, "Oh, where you work at?" And I'm like, "Well, I can't tell you." Excuse me? What do you mean you can't tell me the organization
what
you
the
work
fuck
for?
you mean?
I didn't ask what you were doing. I said, "Where do you work? Where do you work?" Like the conversation would not be over saying it's top secret because my dad is also top secret. So. Where you work at?
And to take it a step further, if you catch the wrong black mom in a different diaspora, the West Indian, that's why I can only speak to what I know. She will literally go and knock like door to door to see who knows her kid and what that kid been doing that she has not seen.
My mother don't gotta knock. I don't know how she finds my dad. He's not supposed to be able to be found. And she found him.
Don't matter. Look. The motherfuckers that have the most sleuth. Let's see what.
That's what I call it. Super sleuth
scale.
I call it super sleuth.
Yeah. I'm saying, but black women have that on lock. That just is what it is. Where's your W-2 or your 1099?
Exactly.
Depending on how you classify your profession.
Though a real mom will be like, where are your insurance papers? Because I need to read those to see what kind of insurance you need to select.
Yep.
Every single time.
Because I need to make sure if some fuck shit happens, I'm covered either way.
Every single time, my mom was like, "Let me see the insurance papers. Send me a picture of them, or if you could email them to me." Exactly. Like,
what mom would believe that my parent would have thought I was in the cake selling drugs?
Information.
Look.
She's not providing enough. So clearly, you're doing something you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly, and that's the clue in right there. Dominica said, I had a black mom in Motor City, and she worked for the government. Oh yeah, that's double times. Yeah, that's all that is extra avenues to where she can check up on your ass easily.
Yeah. Okay, question. I can't remember how she decided to go see Joe again. What was the reason she went to go see Joe again?
He came up to her at the apartment.
Yeah, he blackmailed her.
Yeah. He literally took her advice that she had given, and after he cut up Karen's fucking flowers, he popped up like, "Hey, I need you to help me with this thing." And of course, we were going to talk nonsense. And well, first of all, how the fuck did you know where I live, bruh? Oh, well, you know what? Funny thing about that, I just decided that, if you just don't want to come help me with it, he totally bypasses her question. Like, if you don't want to come help me with this, then I'm going to just tell your mom how we really know each other. Which is the exact same shit. He hit her with that Uno reverse. That's the exact same shit that she hit him with.
So I just want to know if you could help me. He's like, you know what? Scratch that. You are going to help me.
You are going to help me. And if 6:30 is good for you, you know what? No.
6:30 is perfect for you.
Come through.
Perfect.
Thanks. And again, this is why I put that note on episode 1 where I said I love this man's petty. Y'all know we stand a good petty. As he's walking down the stairs, thank you for teaching me how to stick up for myself.
Yeah, but this is also the episode where her and Natalie kind of like hang out because she was like, I want to get outside of the house, right? So she put her in the necklace. And I feel like she's again still holding herself back from what's actually happening, but she still does recognize, okay, this is, and she's still viewing it as a program. I don't think she sees it as sentient yet, but still saying, okay, you know what, you can actually be useful. So let me go ahead and get these little bit of upgrades and whatnots in, so I can use you to the full capability of what you can do. And while the upgrades are upgrading, let's go out and do what you need to do what you want to do. Which is just like see the sights and visit old places and stuff like that. I again, this instance, I feel bad for Riri because the AI can't understand the importance of the nuance shop. Of it. Yeah, of the like, I want to go to the shop. I want to see the shop. And she's like, why would I want to take the AI based on my dead best friend to the place where she died?
To the place where we frequented.
Not even frequented, where she died. She died in that shop. And she's over there like, oh my God, look at my stool. And that's where she died.
That was like a second home. Also, it was a beloved place where I lost my best friend and my stepdad.
Like, this is not a visit with you place. I don't want to do that.
Right. I don't know if y'all have any step parents at all. I have a stepmom and a stepdad. I literally would be devastated if anything happened to either one of them.
And then you have to go there and visit it. Anybody have time for that?
Right, and then I have to be forced to go to the place where they passed.
No, thank you.
It's hard. It's hard enough now for me to visit home and go to my dad's house because I know my little brother isn't going to be there anymore.
That double sucks.
And am I still going to go? Yes, obviously. My dad, my stepdad, my little sister, my niece is still there. But
it's not something you do up
to that room.
Yeah. It's not enthusiasm.
I still have to walk past my little brother's room to go upstairs.
And Riri was just like in a state of, girl, what are you doing?
Like constant PTSD and then she started spiraling.
She started having a panic attack.
She went into a full-on panic attack.
Seeing her friend in that corner where she died, she went into a panic attack and she had to calm her down. And she was like, this is not fun for me. This is not a reminiscing type of thing. Like, do you understand? Like, do you understand? Yep. You are not her. So you don't understand that one day she was here and the next she was gone. Like,
here's the thing that she did recognize though. And I say though, she's putting blocks on herself that she doesn't even know she's doing because she realizes these things, but AI Natalie is still able to help calm her and guide her out of that. And she's looking at AI Natalie like, yo, literally only my bestie knows how to do that. What the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Like, that's why she has such a hard time when it comes to when she started talking to what the hell did you say his name was? Parker? Once she started talking to him real and asking him about the hood, and he says, bro, it's magic. She cannot comprehend that.
She's like, magic is code for you don't know.
Exactly. And let's take it all the way back to Mach 1, phase 1 of the MCU. In the first Thor movie, what did Thor tell us? Where I come from, magic and science are one in the fucking same. These things go together. They both exist. It doesn't have to be just magic or just science. They converge, they mix and mingle. That is the way of the greater universe. And Riri can't see that yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she's having such a hard time with this.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, let me jump over to the chat. I see G just says something. Oh, thanks for a great compliment. And I think, thank you for being here. Following, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hope y'all can come see us all. Yes, I will. I will absolutely be there on Friday for show. Absolutely, and thank you for coming to hang. I appreciate it.
I will be asleep because I have to work.
You got a 12-hour coming up, don't you? 3 to 3. I'm so sorry. Yo, I know some of Meeks' weekend hours, and I do not envy that at all, bruh.
I just be asleep.
I do not miss. Oof.
I'd be laid the fuck up.
I know I know it's rough though. I
know be having that blanket
hours.
up, be in my chair like sleep at that point. But I do have a lot of editing to do, so maybe I can stay awake doing the editing. But
stay up a little bit. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you for coming in, bruv.
Cool beans. Bye.
Yeah, you're exactly. See, and that's the thing. I feel like some people still don't grasp. It's not hard to find someone. I mean, forget the old school white pages back in the day. For those of y'all that don't know, there used to be phone books, the yellow pages and the white pages. The yellow pages was every business that you might need in your city. They were in the yellow pages. Any person that had a telephone number, they were in the white pages because private numbers were not a thing in the early 90s. That came later. So you could always find somebody. It's still not that hard to find someone's basic information on the net.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going through this, and in my notes, I'm calling Roger again. It's like Riri and Roger have a little chat. We're talking about Xavier, and was it he has some ideas about not him is no, not Parker. Who was what's Obadiah's son's name? Joe.
He called him Joe.
Joe. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, John is the cousin. John is his cousin, right? Yeah, Joe. He goes through, does his thing, and she's at home. Yeah, AI Natalie is pulls up with the jump scare just to mess with her because she's still in that. Right? Yeah, she's in bestie mode. She's full on in bestie mode. For Sarah Connors. You know what? Yeah. That's a good grading scale for this episode. But only 4? Explain yourself.
4 out of 10 Sarah Connors?
Right, yeah. What is that?
Oh, are you talking about like in the phone book, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, there were, I think there were more than 4. Yeah, there were several Sarah Connors that died that night. Because the T800 didn't know which one to go to.
He did. He was like, the bitch, the name match. The name matches.
Yep. It's got to be one of y'all.
But yeah,
they did not care. But yeah, we get the jump scare, and and AI Natalie is already peeping game and is trying to tell her, like, yo, are you sure you want to stay doing this work with this dude? Because it's something about his readings. Like, I could see the energy
it's not
that
right.
was coming off of his hood, and
it's not right.
It's it's sus, sis.
And Natalie being dumb. Not Natalie, I'm sorry. Riri being dumb is like, I gotta get that hood so I can examine it.
How you gonna get the hood though? The whole ass hood?
The fuck,
ma'am.
The fuck.
You saw what happened. What happened to the last person in your group that put their hands on the hood?
Got the face smashed.
Stupid enough to put on the hood. You actually want to go through that? No, okay. I think it's dumb. And we are gearing up though. I think to another time where Riri talks a lot tougher than she actually is, because we are planning a new heist. And in that heist, the suit is absolutely needed. And when
the suit can't go in.
Joe, the suit can't go in. But there is something that Joe gives her that she would be able to cover herself moving around with, so she can get a little piece of the hood to analyze.
Well, it's not
And
it's not that she's covering herself up.
what is
She's
it
covering up the
called?
cutter. She's covering up the cutter on her
Yeah.
arm because she needs that metal piece to be in there. But
Yeah.
it's like a
And that thing, that little
laser cutter.
cloth thing, it almost looks like
I'm like guessing, yeah.
legs. Yes. It's a small piece of tech, and Joe was not going to give it to her, and particularly because he's also going through his own personal form of PTSD. Because this is where we find out who he really is. His name's not Joe.
His
name is Ezekiel.
Weird ass name.
Right, a weird ass name. And I know he did it on purpose. But his name is Ezekiel, not just a random Ezekiel, but Ezekiel Stain, who is Obadiah Stain's son, Ironmonger, that literally tried to have Tony erased from the map.
And he tells her that.
Multiverse.
She was like, your dad is Obadiah Stain, the CEO who died in the plane crash. And he was like, no, he didn't die in no damn plane crash.
Plane crash? Like, what the fuck
Tony.
do you mean?
That's why he died.
And I didn't catch it when I was watching, but I'm thinking about it now. Riri, how you didn't know that?
Well, nobody knew that. They thought that he died in a plane crash. That's the public story. He died in a plane crash. They covered it up.
That's the public story. But Riri, we know she goes through the back alleys and searches all the different things. How did she not know? Because she knows what that name stands for.
I think this is a Shield level cover up. Like nobody knew.
Think so?
I think so. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. They're like, oh, well, there's no, because they made a joke about it. Like, oh, there's no body, so we don't know. Listen. As far as they knew, Obadiah Stane had died in an accident, a plane crash, and that's it. She is. She's the smartest. She's the dumbest smart person.
You're not wrong.
Unaware. She's very one-track mind.
Yeah, she's very aloof with some things.
Yes, exactly.
Shield the reading, right? It kind of like it was. I likened it akin to like that face shield that Natasha had in what was it, in Winter Soldier.
That one.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, Coulson was in there running interference on that. Correct.
But after he told her who his father was, she was like, well, you have all this stuff. Like, that's the reason why you're scared to like experiment, to do anything. And she was like, listen, you're not your father. You are not your father. You are you. You determine what you do. And so while he was like experimenting on himself, she helped seal up the
he cut himself pretty bad on that.
He was putting biomechanics in. And so she was like, doing this, and he was like, well, I guess we're considered friends now. And she was like, yeah, I'm considered as friends. And he was like, okay, well, I'm letting you borrow this. I'm letting you borrow this shield mesh, but don't leave it because it can definitely be traced back to me.
He didn't go there right away. While she was patching him up, he looked at her and he was like, okay, like you know exactly what to do for this situation. Like you could have been a doctor. Why did you choose to do this stuff?
It's always the question. Why the suit?
And her answer is always the same. Because I can. And if that is your only answer, Riri, baby, again, I love you, but I'm sorry, you need to reevaluate your priorities. Because if you're only doing something just because you can, that's 9 times out of 10, that's not going to leave you in a good place in life. She needs to come out of that one-track mind that she's in. And what he does ask why that is, and I feel like that's very important, because what she tells him is like, my stepdad was awesome, and I was always at the garage helping him fix things. And he was phenomenal at fixing things. Nobody need to really bring him broken stuff. He just would see something and he would get down to see how to fix it. He fixed these cars. He helped fix my mom. He helped fucking fix broken ass me. And so losing him, that brought Obadiah Jr. into a better understanding. I think brought us also into a better understanding.
I really like their friendship.
Yeah,
they're so cool together.
Yeah, it's right, and it's a genuine friendship. Like they're genuinely growing to trust each other equally at the same place. And it makes what happens at the end of this episode
trash
that much worse.
Because for me, like, why wouldn't you tape it to you?
Bro,
if it's just a loose piece of bionics covering, skin covering, why wouldn't you adhere it to yourself?
How?
So you can
why,
have a pocket.
Why did you not think? Why did you not think to tape that shit on there?
Like, you could have a pocket. Like, why no pocket?
If anything happens to you and you have to drop the suit, which you did, and somehow your arm gets caught up in something, which it did, and you end up dropping this thing. The man gave you the tech because after y'all both exchanged your traumas, he understood you better and he said, okay, look, here. Do what you got to do. Make sure the shit does not come back to me. Because if she's caught in any type of way, anybody gets a hold of that, it's going to point directly back to him. And she said, bruv, I got
you. Oh my God.
But then she went and then she fucked up the church's money.
Come on. Bruh, the whole situation is so negligence. Risky. Why would you do this during a job? Like,
I understand that you need to study this thing because it's boggling your mind. It radiates power, but you don't know why. You cannot quantify it in your brain with all of the science nerd that is up there. And you don't believe in magic or other things. Now this is your OCD right now. You have to figure this shit out. And because you are always just too much in your own fucking head, not thinking about the bigger picture, about what consequences could happen or about what contingency plan could lead to A, B, C, or D, you jump in gung-ho, again, letting your mouth and your actions write checks that your ass cannot cash.
Get your ass in trouble. It was even stupid. Like the fact that Natalie can operate the suit. Fine. I get that.
Great.
Trying to the sneaking in to see, like, I would sneak in to see what he's doing. Because you don't know what he's doing during the blackmail because you're not there. You're in your other part. But for this instance, Riri's job was to stand outside. So if you wanted to see what he was doing, okay, that's fine. But you were warned. Like, yes, you got the laser cutter in there. Yeah. However, if you use it for too long, it's going to trigger the alarm.
Too long,
you could have just paused.
Stop.
If she would just paused for 2 seconds.
She was right there.
She would have been able to get that piece and without hitting the alarms.
The whole thing, it was triggered once because it it wasn't even triggered. It was just she made a wrong move, random noise, and Hood looked, so she stopped. And then got into a different position, started cutting again.
And kept going.
The levels starting going up there, and that AI Natalie is like, hey,
you need to pull back.
You getting close. Wait a minute.
All she had to do was pause. That's it.
All she had to do was pause for a second. Let the shit reset and then go at it again. And also within this scene, though, kudos to I'm gonna call him the botanist because he's growing. For a hot second, I thought it was them mushrooms from fucking Penguin at Arkham Asylum. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, did the worlds cross over? But then they showed it again. I was like, okay, no, that's not them. Yeah. And he, again, I feel like, again, this was a situation where game recognized game because Hood shows up and Hood doesn't even get the chance to surprise this man. He stops with Hood at his back. Don't even look. I know you there. Like, you're not fooling me. And they start talking, and homie is so confident in his shit, and I feel like he had reason to be, because he's like, you think just because you want to come in here and talk this bullshit, like, bro, I've been waiting for you. Okay. I seen the shit that was happening all around the market to my level of people. I was wondering when you was gonna get to me. What took you so long?
And now that you're here, like, the fuck.
And this is the bullshit you come at me with?
Okay.
What?
Okay. Like, I feel like,
you think I give a fuck about your contract?
I feel like he would have had to shoot him regardless, but him being invisible,
he would have.
I don't know if him shooting the gun while he's invisible would
would it harm him? I don't think
do
it would.
anything, but he definitely went invisible and held that man up into the sky and sent him to Jesus.
Yeah.
Sent him to Jesus. But this was after the alarm went off. Like,
Jesus, don't try me. But this was after the alarm went off. If the alarm had not gone off,
I think he would have tried to talk to him.
Would have escalated. Yeah.
No, I think he would have tried to
he would have still tried to talk to him. Yep. I agree.
But Riri, once again,
and the alarm only went off again because Riri cannot see past her own ambitions.
Yep.
And she kept going once the alarm hit. Hey, stop. Natalie coming through. Hey, you're getting late. Close. You're gonna trigger it, and off goes the alarms.
And everybody is trapped.
And she was lucky that at the last second, a little piece of the cloak fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way she was able to get it, by accident.
It would have been all for nothing.
All for nothing. And she jeopardized not the mission. This isn't even about the mission. She jeopardized all of their lives because the minute that shit hit, the complex went into full triple on lockdown. Like, if you look at some of the awesome traps in The Walking Dead or in C, for those of y'all that watch that show with Khal Drogo and the land of blind folks, the traps that are set are just elaborate. This shit here, you can't get out of this.
Nope. It locks the doors and sucks the oxygen out the room.
No, they don't suck the oxygen out, but what they do is they flood the room with CO2. We are, basically carbon bags on this planet, but there's a reason we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon, because that shit is toxic to our bodies. If you are in an enclosed space and carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide is spraying, it doesn't matter whether you're standing up or laying down close to the ground, you're gonna die.
Mm-hmm. So
and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what starts happening. All the doors start closing and the vents open up. It's kind of like that scene with Miles when they went to Cyberdyne in Terminator 2, and all that shit that happened, all those things that came out the vents when they closed everything off. That's what that was. You're not gonna survive that. Mm-mm. Unless you get ventilation or help rescue to get you out of that room immediately. And all of that was triggered because Riri was only thinking about herself.
How did Slug and Clown get out? Was it an explosion or was that the hood?
Those are two boys. I think it was the hood. Yeah, the hood got them, and then the suit ended up getting what's his name? Shit. The other two, it was two and two.
The brothers, not the brothers. I keep calling them the Bash brothers. That's not what they are. The blood twins, blood siblings.
Yeah.
And then
that's what it was. Yeah. Hood saved two of them, then the suit saved the other two, and then went to go get Riri. But in the meantime of this, Riri had got caught in one of the vents because, again, she wasn't paying attention,
and she wasn't supposed to be there.
And she wasn't supposed to be there, exactly. And she got caught. So once she finds another route out the vents, soon as she gets to that door, John is there. The recruiter,
like, the fuck are you doing?
There,
and every right to be like, the fuck you doing?
Yeah, he came in like the cavalry because he saw the shit going left, and he's one of the people on the outside
who was supposed to help everybody on the inside,
to help and get everybody out. You bitch, he thought he just sent you off with the suit to save the other two people. What the fuck are you doing here?
Exactly.
And therein goes the fight. And he's like, bro, I knew it. I fucking knew it was some bullshit about you. And you was on some fuck shit. I knew you couldn't be trusted. And he had tried. He did try early in the episode to get Hood to postpone this shit, to cancel it, wait for another time, because he had a gut feeling. But Hood wasn't trying to listen. So now here we are. And he was like, you know what? We can't have fucking loose ends. Like, Stu is gone now, but he would have been a loose end.
That's why he gone, because he was the loose end.
It's business. It's business.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing
So,
personal. This is just business.
So knowing that, Riri is now like, oh shit, now I got to fight for my life to party. And
But
that's
she,
exactly what she had to do.
But she also starts talking shit to this man again. Riri, you don't know how to fight. This is why I said you are talking all this shit and letting your mouth
because she has the suit.
Cash, bro.
She knows the suit is on the way. She didn't have the suit
right there.
It doesn't matter. She knows the suit is on the way. She knows the suit is coming.
And
so
had it been 10 seconds later.
Her job is to create a distraction and a situation to where she can still maneuver around while waiting for the suit. Because if she would have stood there and let this man talk to her and jump on her, because eventually he was done talking. Once he figured out that she was untrustworthy and she was not where she's supposed to be, he was done. He was like, I'm about to fuck your ass up.
That's what I'm saying. He's lucky that she's lucky that he only kept it hand to hand.
He could have been hand to hand. He kept trying to stab her ass.
That's what I'm saying. He could have just pulled out the gun and shot her.
No, he couldn't have. Because remember, he couldn't put the gun in. He couldn't get the gun in. There were no medals.
The alarms were already going off at that point.
They didn't bring anything with them. They didn't bring anything with them. Before they left for the mission, they had everybody throw all their metal stuff into a pile in the warehouse. He didn't have it.
Right.
So he only had the knife. I think it was either a knife or a scalpel that was in the room.
For me, that's still too risky. Like me myself, I already know what I would have done and how I would have moved. But Riri, again, very clearly, she has no fight training like that.
No, she doesn't.
And yes, the suit is on the way, but people have been knocked out faster in fights for less. Mm-hmm. You had no way of knowing if the suit was going to get to you in time.
It was all about distraction and delaying.
Yeah. So that's too dangerous of a game to play.
She did her big one. She kept them scrambling. She was using whatever she had. That's one thing she's a scrappy fighter. She was throwing stuff left and right. Like she was sliding through things, throwing stuff left and right, using keyboards. I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at you. I am not mad at you for that. But if that suit didn't show up when it did, ma'am, you would have been got. You'd been laid the fuck out.
Honestly, not even necessarily by him, but by the lack of oxygen in the room.
Yep, because that carbon dioxide was like, hey,
the carbon dioxide was in there. It was at like 80%.
Yeah, they were struggling
in the room by that time.
They were struggling.
So
both of them were struggling
so the suit does come in. It does get there, and it scoops her up. She stands for a minute to catch her breath,
talk some shit,
and talk some more shit, and then leaves.
And the door closes.
Sure the door shuts.
The door closes right behind her.
He is knocked out,
so
and he goes up. Everybody is getting to the boats, and they're all on. And he sees, where's Cuz? Nah, where the fuck Johnny? Yo, Riri, hey, do a quick pass around the quick. You gotta find him. And she goes up. She sees him, and he's not down just yet.
No, he's dead.
Very weak.
Oh no, he's dead.
There was like 2 seconds. Before it pans away, before she talks back to him, he's gone, and he was already dead because it said there. Yeah, he's there, but he's not moving.
He's dead,
and there is no rescue to go in now because that's just done. You're not going to survive something like that in an enclosed space.
Bitch, you dead.
And he's breathing and he's having all of these thoughts, but no, I said, what's his name? Hood.
Oh yeah, he's he's freaking the fuck out,
and he's freaking the fuck out, and he's in his little studio
loft area,
and the Hood is there. Yeah, his loft area, and it's very reminiscent of Daredevil, and the cloak is there, starting to project shit to him, and he sees what actually happened and he's remembering versus what Riri told him.
Yep.
And he sees, that suit was one of the last things that his cousin saw.
I think it's whoever he knows he was dealing with,
like saved.
The entity, whatever that is controlling the wherever the magic is coming from to the suit was like, hey, listen, this your cousin? That's who did it.
And I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on what is actually up with him and the Hood, because I wasn't reading the comics by the time all this came through when it did. So I'm gonna have to also research for myself to compare and contrast the themes once it gets there.
Okay. But yeah, that's the end of the episode.
So yeah, that's pretty much the end. You know, it ends with them all in mourning, and some of the crew were like complaining about what. Oh, was that into episode 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They ended with the shot of him seeing Riri or the figure.
The shadow, right, yeah, and then it stopped. Yeah. Yep. So my last note was, okay, Riri, and at this point in time, they show Riri like going into a full-on panic attack because she knows now someone is dead because of her. So my last note is, so plagiarism, theft, murder, and the cloak told Hood what you actually did, what really happened. And now he has to wait and compare and contrast that.
And it's like, I feel bad for Natalie because now she's like, bitch, I told you so.
Yeah. Natalie has been trying to talk her down from this shit from the entire beginning. The whole time.
From the beginning.
It's like, yeah, okay, you might have a control on it now, but what if something happens and shit escalates?
Like, hey,
this is why I said, this is why I said from the beginning, Riri, bro, you got to pay more attention to this.
You gotta take your time.
How did you let this shit happen?
Girl, by not paying attention to anything but what she felt like.
But just single track mind. Your single track mind.
It was so
like
weird.
For real, Namor, I feel like he kind of had a point because you reckless, bruh.
You reckless as fuck. You reckless.
I love you, but you reckless as fuck.
You reckless. That's why he was like, we gotta get this bitch the hell out of here.
That immediately. Exactly. You know, I don't ever want to see her go, but you know, just like Killmonger, Namor had points.
He did.
That's all I'm saying.
He had points.
That's all I'm saying.
Like, you gotta stop playing. But that's the end of the episode right there. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the first 3 episodes.
And it was very, very heavy. I don't know what are
we ranking this out of?
CO2 monitors.
Sure.
CO2 alarms. I would give this one. I think I'll give this an 8.50.
Go ahead. See?
I'm
going to give it an 8.
Yeah, I think I'll go there because this was kind of a culmination of all the shit that has been happening in the first 2 episodes. You know, and Natalie has had some growth in her AI life, and she's been trying to get Riri onto game. And Riri now is seeing the truth because, yeah, you fucked up. You done fucked up.
Yeah, I like that. And relationships are relationshiping.
Yeah, and we're on a bit of a cliffhanger now. You know, Hood very clearly knows what's going down and is very clearly upset, but he's covering it up.
Upset.
So angry. Yeah, I'm liking where it's going. Like, right. Everybody, I think, is at the point exactly where they need to be. Right? Yeah. We judging it all CO2 poisons.
Yep. 8 alarms.
John says 8. Yo, and man said 8.5. Yep. That takes your breath away. Like, that's another.
But now my question for you is: since you haven't watched all of 4, 5, and 6, where do you think we're going?
Where do I think it's going? I think 4 is definitely going to be where Hood starts making some subtle plans, and he's going to start putting some digs at her because she, you know, he gave everybody like their little bonus and assignment and whatnot. And she said, yo, you got anything, you know, it's like silly from a color purple. You got anything for me? And he says, oh yeah, I got plans for you. And he leaves it at that and walks away. And like, girl, if you don't recognize that is his supervillain origin story right there. He was already a villain. Now he's a supervillain, and you are his arch nemesis. I need you to protect your mom at all costs. Get her the fuck out the city because it's about to go down. He's gunning for you, and he's gunning hard. How that's going to happen, I don't know exactly, but it's going to be an okie doke. He's not a stupid dude. He's going to plan very smart for this.
I can't wait for you to watch these next episodes. My God, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I think it's going to...
And I hope we have Lady D next time.
And I'm going to enjoy it.
I hope we have Lady D next time because...
I think we will. We will. Yeah, she didn't want to be here for tonight. But again, you know, we always got to take care of the tiny humans first.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna max it out. We may actually have to maybe push it to a Saturday because that's a bit more open day for her. We'll see how that goes with the work schedules though. I definitely want to make sure she's on here for the finale discussions. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, so where that's concerned, I think Hood's just gonna be on his game. And I don't think he'll win. I think she'll find some way to get past it. But it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all. And I think this is gonna be a turning point for her to where she starts self-evaluating herself better. Because I think and I may be wrong in the long term, it may not be shown in the finale, but I think she is eventually going to be a part of the Young Avengers with Kamala and the twins and all of the other teenage folks that we've had coming in, being introduced into the story. That's where it's headed. But we'll see how that gets there. We'll see. So that's my only prediction. Yeah, shit's about to go down, and she's gonna feel it. She'll end up surviving. I think that's obvious, but Hood is definitely about to put her through the ringer, and it's not like she don't deserve it. People may not like hearing that, but you were reckless, Riri, and the bill becomes due sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about that. That's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
We'll see if I what level of wrong or right I am when we talk about the end of the season.
I'm just gonna smile.
So it will. I know you are. I know you are. So it's either going to be possibly Saturday or just back to Monday. We'll see how the schedule sync up. But yeah, thanks for hanging with us, folks. This is always a good time. Mm-hmm. We are fully back in. It's sad that what was it that got postponed? Was it Dunkin' Egg that got postponed again?
Listen, everything's been fucking postponed. I don't fucking know, girl. Yeah, Dunkin' Egg, Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones. God damn it, House of the Dragon. They are apparently still filming right now, or they just started filming.
Oh wow! Okay, I thought they were already doing that, but yeah, okay.
No.
I know Squid Game season 3. I've seen the vids. I know they're out. We will be talking about it just now. Yeah. I haven't finished it yet. Yeah. Seeing John's asking about it. Yeah, we will be getting to it. Yeah, I can't say next week, but probably the week after. Yeah, we'll be talking about that season for sure. Because I have not allowed myself to view a lot of spoilers, but I have seen a couple things, and apparently a lot of people are sad and upset, but
I'm
without
not upset.
The full context,
I get it, but it's very, very solemn ending. I'll give you that.
Okay.
About it.
Yeah, and that's the consensus that I've got, and I don't think I'll be very upset about it either. I think it's just going to come to the conclusion that it was going to come to. And Dunkin' Egg postponed.
I loved it. I was just sad as fuck. I was sad as hell. Sad. But yeah.
In a game like Squid Game, that tends to happen. There's not always happy endings there. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let's see. Tomorrow, normally we would be on with DJ and Fandom to talk about Poker Face, but DJ is running them cards because that is one of his professions. He is in Vegas for some tournaments right now. So next week we'll be back to finish up Poker Face. And Monday we may take off. It's either Monday or Wednesday. We'll be back to talk about the last 3 episodes.
Not Monday, because I'll be at Beyonce.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Beyonce number 2. Yeah, I don't come back until Wednesday.
I forgot about the 2. Okay, well we might just be off next week then, because you go to an event like that, you need some rest when you get back home.
Yeah, that's why I'm still tired, kind of from Saturday's.
Honestly, I'm surprised you weren't taking a nap right now.
I was taking a nap. I took a nap today. I know Fallout. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm getting ready to start New Vegas. I'm so excited,
bro. I cannot wait for Fallout season 2, bro. I'm so looking forward to it.
God.
They did so well on season 1, man. I'm so looking forward to season 2.
I'm so excited. And you just need to go ahead and play the games. Okay.
I know. Look, they're on my list. And I know you gave me the tools to start off with the games. I am working on it. I have not forgotten. Just a lot of shit be coming up. So I have to try to also, just stay in line.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me just tell you what I'm doing right now. There's a little bit on my channel right now. Right now I'm going through Criminal Minds, which I'm enjoying. The Righteous Gemstones, which I am enjoying. I have finished watching Squid Game, but I haven't. My editor is just now getting to it because I was gone this weekend. So I just literally gave him 12 episodes. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Justice playing catch. You know what? Look, he does not mind. I guarantee you. He's just looking like, oh, okay, this is a thing. Let's get to it.
So we are, exactly. Yeah, the Gen V is coming up. That's what it is, not the boys. Gen V is coming up.
Yes. Gen V is coming up. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that.
I will be having Squid Game on my channel soon. I will also be having the rest of Ironheart on my channel soon. And this is very niche. I don't know if anybody in here cares, but I started watching the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which is based on a series of fantasy romance books. I started watching that, highly enjoying it. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it to YouTube because of all the things that are in it. And especially the streaming platform it's on. It's called,
what is it on?
Passion Flix.
Oh, it's one of them.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit! You didn't tell me that before.
I told you there was titties and ass. I told you there was titties and ass.
You told me there were titties and ass, but you didn't say Passion Flix though.
Passion Flix. So I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest to edit it down so that I can put it up because I know it's like a niche thing, but it's really entertaining.
It's wild. Look.
It's very cheesy. It's very fun, and I love it. So that's also coming to my channel eventually. And not to mention, I'm still trying to decide if I wanted to put up the K-pop Demon Hunter movie on YouTube. I watched it and I haven't put it up on Patreon yet, but that is coming on Patreon. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing for the reactions. And then gaming, I'm still putting up Fallout 3. I finished Fallout 3, but I'm still working through the videos. I have moved on from Ninja Gaiden because I could not beat this game because of a serious glitch that was happening when they did the Switch 1 upgrade for Switch 2 is weird. They pushed out an update to all the Switches so that Switch 2 could do stuff. Is a screen. Listen.
Yeah.
And I can't even do that. I have to cut it. I have to cut it. It can't be blurry. It gotta be cut. But so I moved on to River City Ransom. And this is the most fun I've had in a very long time on an old ass game because this shit is hilarious. So I'm playing that. I am also finishing up Doom: The Dark Ages. I finished the game, but I'm just putting up the videos. Nice. And I still have Blueprints videos. I have not completely solved all the things, but this is a long run. Yeah, Aliens. I do want to see that. The Alien TV show. I do want to see that.
Oh shit! I heard about that. Damn, I didn't know it was starting so soon. All right, yeah, we're putting that on the list.
So that's what I have right now.
Also, I would like to review Alien versus Predator at some point in time.
I've never seen it.
Because I feel like, really? Oh, it's one of my favorite Sanaa Lathan movies.
Here's the thing. I've only watched the first three Alien movies, and I've only watched the first 2 Predator movies.
Okay, you technically don't need a whole lot of info from them to enjoy AVP. But I do want to make sure that I'm prepared. It continues. Yeah, it continues. You know, it's perfectly lined up with the timeline, but you don't need to know that much for it. And it's actually one of my favorite Alien and Predator movies. I really wish they would have continued with Sanaa Lathan's character's growth after the fact. But yeah, let's actually, I will write that down. We can put AVP on there right now. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay. What was I just thinking about that I didn't want to forget to mention? There was something you brought up. Damn it!
I'm mad at you.
Forgot that quick.
Mad at you. Why do I gotta do this?
I had it, and then you said AVP, and I lost all the thoughts on it.
You're welcome.
Yep. But yeah, I think you'll actually. I think I have that. I will send it to you. Prey is also. I agree, John. Prey was also very good. Prey is actually one of the prequels for the whole Predator Aliens saga, and it's done very smartly.
So
And
I'll need to. Will I need to
to
see that for the show, or do I need to watch anything in preparation for the show?
For AVP?
For the Alien show?
Maybe. I don't know what the Alien show is supposed to be covering.
It's called Alien Earth. Yeah, this is called Alien Earth.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the basic premise is, but if it's Alien Earth, I'm going to assume it is going to be for a time before.
Oh yeah,
Prey covers.
It's before the Alien movie, the original one.
Before the original Alien movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it say anything in relation to Predator? Because the first Alien movie, I want to say, is actually after the first Predator movie in the timeline. Because it's with the Alien is it's like way in the future where there's like space colonies and whatnot.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of them. Why is everything 8? It's frustrating.
All right,
but I continue.
yeah. I don't remember what I was going to bring up, but yeah, I have AVP on.
Oh yeah, and later on this year,
I think you'll enjoy that.
Percy's supposed to be later on this year.
But, oh, is it?
That's what I heard. Let me just double check.
Oh yeah, y'all know we will definitely be back for Percy Jackson season 2.
Yeah, December 2025. That's all it says.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my birthday month. Oh yeah, we absolutely gonna be on that. See, Prometheus was an Aliens prequel. It was, yeah. There's a whole timeline that goes on there. All of those movies, even though some of them may seem like they're separate, they are all in the same universe on the same timeline. And there's also some tinfoil that I found recently that connect a few other fandoms to the alien world in interesting ways. I don't know. I might do my own video on that. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging with us, folks. That has been Ironheart episodes 1 to 3, and we will be back not next week, but the week after for the wrap up of the season. We're supposed to start. Yeah, and I heard Romulus was very good. Yeah, so yeah, it's on there. We might go ahead and just go through the whole timeline of that because it's really not that many movies. Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of good content between the Alien versus Predator timeline. So yeah, now you know what we're thinking about, what's going to be on the books, what's coming up. So join us when we get back here, so we can talk about these awesome nerd things. Anything else that pops up, drop it in the chat or in the comments after, and we'll see what we can do if we can get to it. So again, I have been AK, and this has been Meeks. Shout out to RJ for coming through, and check out his channel again. Friday, we're going to be over there, and we will catch y'all next time. Stay safe out there in these streets because shit is wild in the U.S. right now. Peace out.